It's a beautiful spring day in Frankfurt, Germany, as the Galaxy look to continue their winning ways. Quarterback Steve Pallur has been on fire this year. He's the league's #1 rated passer. While Amsterdam quarterback Will Fuhr has been scrambling for most of the season, the Admirals sit at 1-2. Fuhr hopes to change things today in Frankfurt. Welcome to Wlaf, Frankfurt, Germany, where the defending champion Frankfurt Galaxy are about set to host the struggling Amsterdam Admirals. How do you do, everyone? Along with former Pro Bowl defensive tackle Bill Moss, I'm Eric Clemens. We'll be calling the action for you today here in Frankfurt. And right now, we're at the power party, giving all these folks around a chance to experience American football firsthand. But the game at hand is Frankfurt and Amsterdam. And Bill, Frankfurt picking up where it left off. Amsterdam might be in trouble. How do you see it?
Well, for the Frankfurt Galaxy, this game means absolutely nothing, and I think that's why all these fans are so excited. Next week, of course, they host the game here to see who's going to host the World Bowl championship. And Ernie Stotner's already warned his team about overlooking Amsterdam. And for Amsterdam, Coach Al Luginbill's been plugging holes. And every time he plugs a hole, another one springs a leak. He's had indecisiveness, he's had injuries, he's even had a disciplinary problem. But the Amsterdam Admirals are 1-2, and this game is critical for them. They need a win. If not, their team goes in the tank. Their season goes down the tube. So this game comes down to a matter of character. All right, we'll see who has the character with the opening kickoff in just a moment. We'll have that for you, but Bill and I are going to go check out the party. We'll be right back with the opening kickoff in just a moment.
Today's game is brought to you by Bud Light, official sponsor of the 1996 Summer Olympic Games. Make it a Bud Light. And by AT&T, official sponsor of the 1996 U.S. Olympic team.
Small town, people understand that it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Space Saver by Proform.
Welcome back to Wlaf in Frankfurt, Germany. Eric Clemens along with Bill Moss handling the action for you today. Great day for football here in Frankfurt as the Amsterdam Admirals paying a visit to Ernie Stotner and his Frankfurt Galaxy, career record 10-4, and of course all those years with the Dallas Cowboys. Also a member of the NFL Hall of Fame, Al Luginbill, in his second year here as head coach of the Amsterdam Admirals. Of course, played against these guys in the World Bowl last year. And we are set to tee it up. Adam Vinatieri kicking it deep to Gary Harrell. To the far side, Bobby Phillips is back deep to the near side, and we are underway. Phillips is going to take it at his 8. Turns the corner. And Phillips gets out over the 40-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. Look at the veteran of many years in the NFL, Steve Pallur, as he leads out his offense. And it is a multi-dimensional offense, as we'll see later on today. Pallur, age 33, 6'4", out of Washington. The highest rated passer in the World League this year, coming in so far.
That's right, #1 rated quarterback in the World League. And he distributes the ball real evenly around the field, Eric. We're going to be keeping a close eye on that today.
1st and 10, call the spot at the 50-yard line. So great position. And Pallur back to pass, quickly over the middle, has his man who breaks in the open field at the 30. And Jay Kearney goes all the way down to the 15. First down, Frankfurt.
They wasted no time. They came right out throwing the ball. Steve Pallur, we talked about, likes to distribute it, and there's one of his guys, Jay Kearney. That was a nice job. They play action pass right off the bat, and they spread the field out there with 3 receivers to the side. And you see Jay Kearney. He comes across and catches the ball right there on the seam and cuts across field. Excellent pickup.
Pickup of 35 yards on the play. Kearney out of West Virginia. 1st and 10 at the 15. Galaxy trying to strike quickly. Kearney in motion and Pallur back to throw again. That one is incomplete.
Football.
Ingo Seibert, one of the attendant receivers there. And let's take a look at the backs and receivers. Phillips, Bender, Mario Bailey, Mike Bellamy, and Jake Kearney listed in the starting lineup. They'll distribute this ball to a lot of receivers if they have it their way on offense. We have a delay here as the officials call a timeout. Amsterdam burns one of their timeouts very early here in the half.
40 seconds. Very early. Surprised about that. You know, defensively, Amsterdam has been having some difficulty, Eric. They've had some injuries. They've been shuffling some people around. We're going to see Robert O'Brien come up, Robert O'Neill come up and play the backer position. He was originally playing safety, and now they had a guy injured, and Ed Franklin, he's back. Keith Stewart's back, so they're really mixing things around, and they're trying to make it work. As you can see, some of the problems right there. Jason Childs was out last week. Jay Williams, broken arm. Brian Gelsheiser went home with a bad knee. And they placed Claudius Wright and Derek Hill on waivers for prior 2 weeks, one right after the other. And I think Al Luganbill was trying to send a message to the team. You know, they're 1-2. They're in a situation where he thinks they're underachievers. They're not getting the things done they need to get done. And he's telling these guys, hey, wake up, and I'm not going to tolerate it.
It is also an emotional unit, and it'll be very telling as to how they get off to a start here on defense. Pallur going in zone, has a man there, but good defense in the corner by Tommy Jones.
Well, that's exactly what Amsterdam's defensive backs need to do. And you're going to see Tommy Jones do a nice job of staying with the receiver, getting a piece of him on the line of scrimmage, and then being able to cover after he touches him. That's good coverage, and he's good awareness on where the ball is, makes the jump at the right time.
Mike Bellamy, the intended receiver there. Now we have a 3rd and 10 at the 15. Pallur back, and he goes down to the 5-yard line where he has his receiver, Ed Smith. Only his 2nd catch of the year.
And they said they're going to try to get Ed Smith the ball. I want to see where they mark it. That was very, very close to a 1st down. And if Amsterdam holds him here, they'll have to kick a field goal.
Well, if they don't have it, I tell you what, it'll be within inches. The marker just inside, it looks like the 15-yard line, and the ball's nose appears to be right on the 15-yard line. Let's see the measurement.
Pretty favorable spot, in my opinion, but you can see here, it looks like it's going to be 1st down. Oh, no, it's going to be inches. And that's big. That's big for Amsterdam's defense. Now they're going to force him here to kick a field goal. No, they're reporting. They're coming in, they're reporting. Here comes Theo Adams in the lineup at tight end. 72, eligible player. So Frankfurt wants to waste no time. No time in putting a stake in their heart.
Ernie Startner taking a very early gamble on the 1st drive, 4th and inches. Pallur on the keeper, makes the 1st down easily.
Forward, and what he has been doing for this team is moving them downfield effectively like a machine. They get the ball at good field position on the kickoff and waste no time on the clock, getting it right down there inside the 5-yard line in an opportunity to score. And that's what this Frankfurt offense has been doing so well all this season thus far.
And they are notorious as far as the rest of the league is concerned in getting off to great starts in the 1st half.
Frankfurt, that's our 1st team timeout. 40 seconds.
Frankfurt burns a timeout here. Steve Pallur having a discussion with the officials. So 2 quick timeouts. Take a look at the national player rules here in the World League. Each team must have 7 national players on the roster. A national must be on the field every other series. A national must be used during all special team plays. A national kicker must perform at least one aspect of the kicking game, and violation of those rules results in a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, and Frankfurt Galaxy has had their defensive guys, the national guys, they've been injured, and they haven't had to play national guys. And Al Luganbill said, hey, if Ernie's not going to play the national guys, then I'm not playing my national guys either. And we're going to make this thing fair, because he thinks it's a real advantage, because especially last week, Amsterdam's Leo Mali was attacked. And every time he was in the game, they just attacked him with the point he was at. And Scotland moved the ball very effectively against him. And he thinks playing the national players mandatory to do that is a big mistake, that they need to work things out better.
Speaking of attacking, a pretty intelligent call there on 4th and inches to go with a 6'4" quarterback behind all that beef up front for the Frankfurt Galaxy to get the 1st down.
Well, there is a lot of beef up front there, and it didn't surprise me that they went for the inches. I mean, they average about 320 pounds up front. And the unique thing about this offensive line is, as big as they are, they fire up the ball well. They create a new line of scrimmage for a team that passes all the time. To run, it takes some time to get the running game oriented. All 5 of those guys working for most teams, but this team really gels together well.
Galaxy with their short yardage package in, I formation. Ingo Seibert, the national, and Seibert met hard. Just as he crossed the line of scrimmage, Rico back on the tackle. Let's introduce you to the Galaxy offensive line. We talked about the beef earlier. What do you like there? We're going to be keeping our eyes on a couple of these guys.
Well, you have to like big Michael Batiste, number 68, and George Hageman, number 95, the right tackle. But I'll tell you another guy in there that plays real well for him and should be in an NFL camp this year is the right guard, number 64, Charles Hope.
Second down, goal to go. I formation. Fake to Seibert, the semi-rollout, and then wide open is Ed Smith for his second touchdown of the year.
And they're loving the early touchdown here in Frankfurt, Eric, as the cannons go off and the fans are cheering. Fans, great fans here in Frankfurt. Amsterdam obviously didn't learn its lesson last week on the bootleg when they played Scotland. They were faked out completely. And it happened here again with Steve Pelluer. They studied the films this week. They saw they were vulnerable to it and didn't make corrections there. He rolled out. There was nobody in his face. And his guy was in the end zone scot-free.
Ralph Kleineman, 11 of 12 in extra points this year. That one looked like it might have been deflected, but it goes through. It's good. So Frankfurt with a 7-0 lead after their first drive of the ball game.
Watch Steve Pelluer fake the handoff to Ingo Seibert, then comes out the back door, and he has no pressure in his face whatsoever. And there's his tight end, Ed Smith, who he's been talking about. He said, Steve Pelluer was talking to us, said he wants to get Ed Smith the ball more. He's a big guy, and he can catch the ball. We just haven't had the opportunity to use him. There's not enough balls to go around to all the specialty people they have.
Smith, his only catch coming into this game had been a 5-yard touchdown on a great effort earlier this year. He's a former minor league ball player.
He has 3 catches on the season, and 2 of them for touchdowns.
That's right.
How would you like to have that ratio?
And a pretty good all-around athlete. As I was saying earlier, he was a former minor league ball player with the Chicago White Sox and Cleveland Indian organizations.
Played some ball with Frank Thomas, didn't he?
Yes, he sure did. He batted 6th while Big Hurt batted 4th. 6'4", 253. That must have been some awesome-looking lineup when those two guys came to the plate.
Well, I know Frank Thomas is known as the Big Hurt. I wonder what he was. At 6'4", 253, he had to be the big something.
the big pain, the big headache, I don't know. Ralph Kleineman lining it up to kick it deep. Drive kind of kick, but gets good distance, and Philip Bobo takes it at his 5. Bobo caught before he turned the corner by Edward Robinson. And Will Fuhr going to try to answer and lead his offense out.
And Will Fuhr can't come out and do what he did last week. He got down 7-0 last week and panicked. He thought that he had to make plays, and he forced things to happen, and it turned out it resulted in a bunch of interceptions for him. He has to understand that Galaxy is going to get their yardage, and he has to be patient with his offense, control it, do the things he does well, and move his team downfield.
1st and 10 at the 23 for Pelluer and his offense. Bean O'Brien starting the game, has a nice hole up the middle, gets out close to the 30-yard line, call it a pickup of 6. 2nd down and 3.
Very glad to see the running game working this early for him. They've worked hard on it the past few weeks. It didn't gel for him last week, but they came out and established a line of scrimmage there.
Here are the listed starters at the backs and receiver spots. Trevor Cobb, David Jones, Philip Bobo, Diedrich Smith in for the release, Derek Hill, and Carlos Etheridge starting at tight end. 2 receivers split to the far side on 2nd and 3, and Bryant gets it again. Trying to find some room and goes nowhere as Bernard Carter takes him down. defensive line of the Amsterdam Admirals. They, too, are a very large bunch.
They've been nicked up a lot, though. We're going to keep an eye on Big Jerry Krafts, but they have 3 guys inside that are allocated. Spears from the Bears, Willis from the Saints, and Lemelski also with the Bears.
That attempt by Bino Bryant lost 4 yards, set up a 3rd and 7. 3 receivers split out to the far side for Will Pure, who goes back to pass. And it is intercepted by Tom Cavallo. And Cavallo is brought down at the 30-yard line. Frankfurt in great shape again.
Oh, that was critical. That's the one thing Will Pure didn't want to do. Throw the pick. It looks like his hand was tipped in the backfield. And Tom Cavallo, linebacker, getting a lot of depth there, came up with the interception.
Frankfurt in business when we come back as the first quarter continues.
That was tough. That was a critical mistake right there. It looks like his hand was deflected.
Tom Cavallo getting the interception, setting up the Galaxy in great field position at the 29, and the give to Nathaniel Bolton, picking his way through a hole, picking his way inside the 25 to the 22. Bobby Hamilton on the tackle as we take a look at the defensive line for Amsterdam. All these guys coming back from last year.
All these guys coming back from last year, but not playing as well as they should. We're going to be keeping an eye on number 97, Mike Evans, and watch his matchup there today, because he needs to have a big game to stop this Frankfurt offense.
Evans, 2 sacks coming into the day, 2nd and 4, and Pallor back to pass. Pallor goes over the middle and has his man. Down inside the 15 to the 10. Kelly Sims and his defenders are saying incomplete, but Jay Kearney looks like he is favoring the left leg after that catch.
Al Lugaville said they're going to make the receivers pay. They're going to get the yards, but they're going to make them pay. And there Keith Franklin and Rico Mack had the underneath to Jay Kearney. They let him have it, but they closed and made the big stick on him. And they're going to make these guys pay, and through the course of the game, hopefully wear them down. But they have to wear down a lot of receivers, Eric, because they're loaded.
They hope the injury to Kearney is not serious. We'll be back as Frankfurt threatens again in just a moment.
That isn't the last one, is it?
Yeah, why?
Did I mention that I found the negatives from your bachelor party?
Yeah. Shame if Carla found out about that whole Niagara thing.
Can you say cubic zirconia?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Room service.
You know, I knew Advil was good. But this good? I was just in the dentist chair. Big time pain. What does my doctor recommend? Not the prescription pain reliever you'd expect, but Advil. Come on, Doc. Advil works better than a prescription. You know, it did. Advil's that good.
On tough dental pain, 2 Advil work better than any 2 extra-strength Tylenol. Even better than 2 tablets of Tylenol with codeine.
Advil just works better.
Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Looking for one of these? One rider has been rated way above the rest in giving you a real workout with no impact. Best of all, it's half the price of the Health Rider. With variable resistance, it's no wonder CardioGlide was rated best in giving you a real workout. Call now.
Evans and Bill Moss back at Waldstadion here in Frankfurt, Germany. And Jay Kearney, after having that left leg looked at, is trying to shake it off on the sideline. He caught the pass over the middle to give the Galaxy 1st and 10 on the Amsterdam 13. Steve Pelluer's team in business again. And the give to Nate Bolton. Nice hole off the near side. Goes inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Tommy Jones on the tackle. One of the starters at the defensive back spot, along with O'Neal, Phillips, Sims, and Torrey Hunter.
It's key for Amsterdam's defensive backs, Eric, to disrupt the timing of this offense. All this offense with the receivers is based on timing patterns. They need to jam them at the line of scrimmage, but then stay with them in coverage.
2nd and 4, and Bolton again, and this time he's met hard by Gary Howe as he got to the line of scrimmage. He'll be lucky to have picked up 1 yard on that play.
Defensively, Amsterdam needs to stop them right here. It's 3rd and about 6. They've turned the ball over. They've had it down there. Their backs against the wall here, their first 2 series. I remember being in these situations in Kansas City before, and it's not fun. But you need to come out of here with only giving them a field goal. Then get the ball back to the offensive hands of Will Fuhrer.
3rd down and 4, and Pelluer back. Now he tries to take off, but he is met in the backfield, and Mike Evans and company respond. We have a flag on the play, apparently. Just what Amsterdam did not need, a holding penalty against the defense.
I believe it was against Tommy Jones, number 34, and he got in a little mix and push and shoving contest.
Defense, number 46, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Well, it was Kelly Sims, and that's exactly what they didn't need. You're right, Eric.
72 is an eligible player, 72.
They had them stop. They could have kicked a field goal and then turned the ball back to their offense, and that would have been a win for their defense. Now you have another 4 downs inside the 5-yard line.
1st and goal with the short yardage package in. And now a couple of Admirals jump at the line of scrimmage. Jim Hanna, one of them. And we have another flag.
Well, I take that back. Now it's another 4 downs inside the 2-yard line. And this is exactly what Amsterdam does not need. Look, you see the guys standing there with their hands on their hips. They're in a look of disgust. You know, they look disgusted. They can't break now. It's too early in the ball game for them to break. It's going to be a long 4 quarters, and they have to understand that. Because we were talking about character early on, and this was what Al Luginbill was talking about with the team. Let's go out and see what they're made of.
1st and goal, the ball now on the 2-yard line. And Nathaniel Bolton steps over people and into the end zone. Touchdown, Frankfurt.
Frankfurt looks like a well-oiled machine, and they do so many things so well. There, they line up and just come off the ball and hammer it with Nathaniel Bolton, and he does his little crazy leg act and finds his hole, and into the end zone he goes. But they're good pass blockers, and they have good receivers, and Steve Pelluer doesn't make many mistakes.
Ralph Kleineman in for the extra point. 11 of 12 coming into the day. That one straight and true. And it's now 14-0 Frankfurt. We still have 7 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. Can Amsterdam respond? They'll get the kickoff when we come back.
Looking for something?
Yeah, that dime from Sprint's long distance plan.
Having trouble finding it, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the dark.
Well, that's because depending on when you call, the Sprint Sense rate isn't always a dime. In fact, it could be a quarter.
That puts a whole new light on things.
And on average, most people can save more with AT&T True Reach Savings than with Sprint Sense when they spend just $25 a month. So, what do you think?
I think I found what I'm looking for.
That's your true choice, AT&T.
Baby Ruth, who can resist all that rich nougat and caramel? And all those crunchy roasted peanuts. Just what you need to get going.
Showtime!
Baby Ruth from Nestle. This baby gets you going.
Wines this good must be guarded with care. That's why Franzia comes in an airtight pouch that protects the fresh taste to the last glass. Maybe that's why it's America's favorite wine.
Mayo, sandwich?
No, wood stain on coffee table.
Learn the secrets of home repair on Fix It, weekdays, only on FX.
Let's talk exercise.
Lifting the TV remote. Does that count?
What if it were easy?
Oh, I'd like to know what you call easy.
20 minutes a day, 3 days a week.
And what do we call this marvel of modern exercise?
The Nordic Rider, new from Nordic Track.
The new Nordic Rider is the smooth, easy way to get fit at a great price. Advanced push and pull dual motion lets you exercise more muscle groups, including your arms, legs, back, chest, and stomach. Burn off calories and get a better total body workout with the new Nordic Rider. Yours for only $299.95. The Nordic Rider is from Nordic Track, a recognized leader in home fitness, so your complete satisfaction is guaranteed. Try it for 30 days in your home and see the results. If you're not 100% satisfied, send it back for a refund. Call now for a free information kit about the only rider that's good enough for the Nordic Track name, the Nordic Rider. Call the number on your screen today for a free information kit.
Welcome back to Wallstadion. Nathaniel Bolton goes in from 2 yards out, capping a 5-play, 29-yard drive after the Cavallo interception.
And you notice who he's talking to there. He's talking to the big lead fullback, Wes Bender. Now, you're never going to hear Wes Bender getting the ball unless it's out in the flat on a pass, because he never runs the ball from behind the line of scrimmage. But what he does do is he lines up and he blocks people. He's the lead blocker.
That corner came from way outside. There's no way I could.
Ralph Kleineman set to kick it deep to Philip Bobo. And this one going to Bino Bryant at his 15. And Bryant gets through a big hole. He could go. Pushed out of bounds by Gary Harrell after an excellent return. Sets up Amsterdam deep in Frankfurt territory. They needed that.
They sure did. I hope that jump starts their offense.
Down here. I want DBs.
Watch the hole develop to the right of your screen. He gets behind his wedge and then bang. There it is. The gate's open and he heads for the near sidelines. Gary Harrell, did you see him turn on the Jets there? Just gets a piece of him to knock him out of bounds.
Bryant got all the way down to the Frankfurt 37. So Amsterdam in good shape, and Will Fuhr trying to take advantage through the air, going deep for Dietrich Smith. But that one broken up down there by Cecil Doggett, who was on the coverage.
Let's go back and take a look at the last touchdown. Watch 68, Michael Batiste, and Wes Bender, number 20, the fullback, open the hole up for Nathaniel Bolton. It's called the big 67 power crush. We heard him talking about it on the sideline.
He's got the weight to crush somebody at 330 pounds. Second down and 10 with that incompleted pass. Fuhr on the draw play. Bino Bryant trying to go to the far side. Gets it to about the 35-yard line before a host of Galaxy members bring him down. Pickup of 2.
Is that okay now? You understand that? We will not flow that. Okay?
Let's meet the Frankfurt defensive line. The starters, Mike Kerr, Baker, Stefan Gamlin, the national, and Don Reynolds.
97 John Baker leads the World League in sacks with 4, and he's a very active guy. And I think he's going to have a chance to rush the passer today with Amsterdam behind.
On 3rd and 8. Fuhr comes near side, has Dietrich Smith, who catches it and drops it. This was a problem for them last week.
Exactly. They're having problems once they get the ball into the opponent's red zone. They get down there, and they just can't seem to make things work. And drop balls is what Al Luganbill said bothered him the most last week. They just kept on dropping the balls.
Now Adam Vinatieri stands back at the 50. He'll try to angle for the near sideline. Good job on this one. It rolls dead at the 1, but more important, Amsterdam does not capitalize on great field position at the 37-yard line of Frankfurt.
You know, and you know what's going through the players' minds right now is that's Diedrich Smith, and he's starting in place of Derek Hill, the guy they cut last week. Because of one reason or another, I think Coach Luganville tried to send a message, and now Derek Hill isn't there. And would he have caught that ball? And right now, it's things like that that are going through the players' minds.
Steve Pallure has a long way to go, but he has the offense to do it so far this year. And the Admirals haven't been able to really slow him down much.
Now's the time for the Admirals defense to really jump on top of the situation. They've got him pinned down here. Now let's keep him down here and turn the whole field position around.
Pallure back in his end zone. Pallure looking deep down the far side and has his man, Jay Kearney, all the way out to the 40-yard line.
Well, that was a nice catch and a nice throw. Steve Pallure takes his time. He finds his read. He's not sure where he's going to go, and he decides to take it deep to Jay Kearney. Now, that's good coverage by Tommy Jones. He just loses sight of the ball. He doesn't have the ability to leap and get up there and try to knock the thing down. And Jay Kearney, excellent effort on his part, pulling that ball in on a diving catch. First thing that hits the ground is his head.
First down and 10. Pallure going deep to the near side, looking for Harrell. Harrell on the diving effort, but threw his hands and incomplete.
Well, we knew that Steve Pallure was going to test them today, and they were going to test them deep. And so far, I've been impressed with the coverage that the cornerbacks are displaying. Now, we talked about the balanced attack of their offense. There it is. Steve Pallure is a #1 rated quarterback, but yet none of his receivers lead in any categories of receiving. 12 is the most catches by Jay Kearney. Make that 13 with the last one.
Kearney got his ankle looked at, now his neck, and now going deep again. This one is almost intercepted on the near side. Torrey Hunter guarding Michael Bellamy down there. I'm sorry, he was guarding Mario Bailey on the near side, and that one's incomplete.
Torrey Hunter does an excellent job here of getting his hands on the receiver right there and staying with him. Stride for stride. Then he looks up for the ball and gets it. Should have held on to it. Boy, that would have been a nice job if he just could have held on to that ball.
Torrey Hunter, 5'9". Cornerback allocated out of the Oilers. Pallure stepping up in the pocket, now will keep it. He gets up to the 45. He'll be about 3 yards short of the first down.
One of the things I'm noticing right away is that some of Amsterdam's defensive game plan is working, and they're making Steve Pallure pull the ball down. And the long pass he threw in the end zone, he patted the ball. And Coach Luganville said, we got to make them pat the ball. We have to disrupt their timing. And thus far, Tommy Jones and Torrey Hunter are doing an excellent job on their receivers.
Frankfurt dominating in total yardage, 111-8, but they'll punt for the first time today. Ferry with the punt, fielded by T.C. Wright, who bounces off of bodies, comes back near side, might have a ball. T.C. Wright gets up to the 35-yard line, but we have a flag down, a couple of flags on the play. Back at about the 15-yard line is one, and another one's at the 5.
They threw the flags deep back there. I think they're going to indicate possibly no. I thought it was no national player on the field for Amsterdam.
Let's see what the call is. Eric Clemens and Bill Moss from Wallstadion, or Wallstadion, I guess is the correct German pronunciation. And 30,000 plus, maybe more than 34,000 here. These fans. So Amsterdam gets to hold on to the ball, and they'll start back a little further. Again, maybe over 34,000 here today. These are some of the wildest, wackiest fans I've ever seen, but they have really a lot of fun out here at the stadium.
Well, if they spoke English, I would swear it was an NFL Sunday, Eric. I mean, these guys were out here 4.5 hours before game time. We saw them lined up in the streets. And then they get the power party thing going where they're out there trying to do all the NFL experience and having a good time with that. And then they come filtering into the stadium and they got the wave going.
All right, obviously we got a problem. The penalty against the defense of Amsterdam will give Frankfurt a first down. So the official didn't quite make it clear, but Frankfurt has new life at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, and Pallur will try to strike through the air. Deep far side has his man, Mario Bailey. Bailey gets down to close to the 35-yard line. First down.
Oh, there's some holding going on up front right there. Watch number 68, Mike Batiste. He gets by his man. He pulls him down to the ground right there. Jim Hatton, number 93, gets by Mike Batiste, and he holds onto his pants with one arm there.
After the 13-yard hookup, 1st and 10 at the 37 for Frankfurt, and Pallur to the air again. He's flushed out of the pocket, and that one is intercepted and fumbled. And Torrey Hunter, who picked it up and fumbled, will finally recover for Amsterdam, and finally something goes the way of the Admirals.
Like I talked about earlier, Amsterdam DBs, their corner guys, Torrey Hunter and Tommy Jones, are doing what they came to do today. They're running their game plan perfect. They're making Steve Pallur slow down and force things. He's disrupting the timing. He threw a bad ball there, and Torrey Hunter was there to pick it up. Had a little trouble holding on to it. But now it's first down Amsterdam.
At least he did fall on it, and Amsterdam in good shape again at the 45-yard line of Frankfurt, trying to get back in it, down by 14. And Pallur goes down. John Baker, his 5th sack of the year.
Sometimes it's no secret that it's going to be a pass. And John, right there against Zev Lumelski, does a great job of using his hands. As he makes contact on Zev Lumelski, he swats his hands down, and he's right by him. And it's one of the good things about John. He works his hands well. That's why his sack numbers are so high this year.
Lost 10 on that play. Pure rolling out far side, throws deep downfield. That was deflected. Will they call it a catch? They do call it a catch. It'll be a pickup of 18 yards on the play.
Cecil Doggett has the ball right in his hands there, and it's only for a brief second because it comes right out. Excellent concentration by Mario Bailey on the ball. It's tipped, he's up in the air, he knows he's going to get hit, and he follows the ball right into his hands.
Philip Bobo came in with 21 receptions today, a big catch there. 3rd and short. Bean O'Brien dives over the pile and gets the first down. New life for Amsterdam, close to the 30-yard line, call it the 32.
Good to see Bean O'Brien pick up a few yards there. As you can see, they need to get things going with their running game. They've struggled. Their 2 leading rushers rushed 58 yards and 98 yards. That's through 3 games. That's not very many yards.
Bean O'Brien got the start today. Off the play fake, Pure back, going deep. Has a man open over the middle and overthrows Philip Bobo in the end zone. He had Fred Foggy beaten.
The play was set up very nice. It was a play action to Bean O'Brien, and a lot of defensive linemen bid on it. And he sets up Will Fuhrer, and he just gets excited. These are some of the things that we've seen him do before, Eric. He thinks that it's his time to make things happen. He just has to relax. He had all the time in the world back there. There was nobody in his face. He needs to put the ball on the money in these situations. Now it's 2nd and 10, and they're still inside the scoring zone.
Off the play fake, and down goes Fuhrer again. Stefan Gamble with the sack. Gamblin got the start today, 6'6", 285 pounds. Actually attended college at Arkansas State. He's lived in the U.S. since 1991. Comes up with a big play there.
That is a big play for the Galaxy, and that's how you play defense. Now, for Amsterdam, there they were inside the scoring zone again, and last week, they were in there 4 times, and came away with 0 points. And here they are backed up again. Now they have about 3rd and 22.
And a timeout burned by Will Fuhrer. He'll talk it over with Al Luganbill to see what kind of 3rd and very long play he can come up with to give him a chance at least a field goal here.
I know, you see me talking to you, whether it was X over or not, I couldn't hear it. What did you call? X over. Okay, I couldn't hear, so I went like this. X over? Like this. Yeah. Yeah, I know it.
Huh? Well, there you saw Al Luganbill and Will Fuhrer over on the sidelines talking. Obviously, miscommunication.
Messing around with the cover.
The formation wasn't called correctly. He didn't hear it through his headset. He signaled to have it come back to him, and you can see the frustration, Eric. You can really see it between the coaches and Will Fuhrer. I mean, everybody is frustrated. They have to pull the rope in the same direction. Everybody pulls in the same direction. You start getting upset at the coach, and the coach is upset at the quarterback, and they're upset at the defense, and then you have all kinds of problems, and that's evidently what sent Derek Hill home this past week.
Now let's see what they called on 3rd and 19. 3 receivers split out for Amsterdam. And Fuhrer goes down again. Mike Kerr on the sack.
To the right of your screen, you're going to take a look at Mike Kerr rushing the passer. Left of your screen, actually. And he does a good job on Jerry Kraft right here. Jerry Kraft is too high, doesn't set his hands, and Mike Kerr swats him down and is right around the corner on him. And for Amsterdam, they were at the 35. They are now at the 49-yard line.
That is the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. Frankfurt in control right now, leading 14-0. Amsterdam to punt when we come back.
All over the world. Turns out we're part of the biggest event during the summer games, the beer run. The Bud World Party continues, round the clock, around the world.
Hold on. Oh, shh, it's okay, look. Snap. It's a happy sound. If you don't have snap, then your pants fall down. And don't forget Crackle, he's the second sound. He's the guy in the middle. Water trickles, nose tickles, peanut brittle bill. And that leaves Pop. He's quite a clown. Snap, crackle, pop. Now let's chow down.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies make it a great day.
This spring, 20th Century Fox is going to pull out the big guns.
I've been on medication and everything, and I just want some respect.
The Great White Hype.
Didn't I tell you you're going to get your shot? Oh, you ain't my daddy, are you?
Rated R. At theaters now.
Baby Ruth. Who can resist all that rich nougat and caramel? And all those crunchy roasted peanuts. Just what you need to get going.
Showtime!
Baby Ruth from Nestle. This baby gets you going.
Hey, if you enjoy the company of animals, then you'll enjoy the pet department on FX.
What?
A jungle inside the house.
Every day you'll learn something about pets that might surprise you.
That's a bone.
And see something you might not expect.
Whoa.
We cover everything about pets you've ever thought of.
Do dogs dream?
And a lot of things you never would have thought of.
Look, I've been practicing. Are you ready?
It's a pet show filled with stuff you'll actually be interested in.
And just the right amount of fluff.
The Pet Department. Weekdays at 3, 2 Central, only on FX.
And now, Bud Light presents World League of American Football Facts. 50% of the World League players signed NFL contracts for 1995. Hey, World League, make it a Bud Light.
Eric Clemens along with Bill Moss calling the action. So far, all Frankfurt. Amsterdam has not been able to capitalize on opportunities.
Same thing we saw last week at Amsterdam. They've had the opportunities. They get a chance to make something happen, and it falls apart on them.
Vinatieri with the punt. It is a short one that goes out of bounds. Let's see where they'll spot it.
Like I said, falling apart on them. We've seen Adam Vinatieri just boom balls all over the stadium in warm-up and last week, Eric. And here he comes out, and he punts one about 15 yards.
They're going to spot Vinatieri's punt at the 35-yard line. Came in with a 38.2-yard average.
Big transition this offseason with Frankfurt. Even though they won the World Bowl last year, they went out and got a new offense. And it's the Bill Walsh offense. And it's been working extremely well for them this year, extremely fast.
Bobby Phillips turns it up the near side, and Phillips gets out close to the 40-yard line. Picked up 3 before Ed Stewart and Bobby Hamilton brought him down.
Look at this right here in the first quarter. 128 total offensive yards for the Galaxy. 100 yards more than the Admirals. Boy, I'll tell you what, it's that right there that Amsterdam doesn't need right now. But they've got to hang tough. They've got to stay with this thing and be patient. Their time will come. They have to fight through this. Do not get down on themselves.
Al Luganville had the top defense last season. He hopes his guys can come through right here with his team trailing by 14. Valor, quick pass. He's got Ed Smith again. His 3rd catch of the day up close to the 50-yard line.
Totally going away from their tendencies, Eric. We've seen them do things. They're running to the other side of the line of scrimmage a lot, and they're employing Ed Smith into the offense. His 3rd catch today. And he had, through 3 games, he only had 1 catch. Steve Pelluer told us we're going to try to get 89 the ball more because we haven't been able to use a tight end in our offense. And in the West Coast offense, which they installed, the tight end is very important.
Now the reverse. Mike Bellamy coming to the near side. He has some room. Bellamy picks up about 7 yards before being crashed out of bounds. Robert O'Neill on the stop.
Steve Pelluer is a leader, and he's been through the NFL ranks. He was in Dallas and Kansas City. Now watch what he does here when he pitches the ball and he knows the reverse is coming back his side. He's turning and looking for a block, and he gets a piece of Mike Evans. That's a team leader. And the guys know it, and they gather around him. And they know that he can take them all the way through the World Bowl this year, Eric.
Pickup of 8 on that play on the reverse to Michael Bellamy. Pelluer. A good situation for an offense. 2nd and short. And he's looking deep far side. That one's up for grabs and incomplete. Gary Harrell, the intended receiver, well covered on the far side of the field.
You know, last week, Torrey Hunter got burned for a touchdown. He bit on an out and up. Play similar to that right there. And it was against Scott Cooper, a national player. Torrey Hunter was a 2nd-round draft pick in the NFL. And this week he's out to redeem himself. He wants to show that, hey, that was a mistake. I'm better a player than that. And thus far this game, he has been all over the receivers, not giving them any room to breathe at all.
Pelluer on 3rd and short, and talk about disrupted timing. He was looking for Wes Bender out of the backfield, and that one falls harmlessly incomplete. And it looks like Amsterdam may have held. Do we have another flag down there? No, we don't. So that'll force a 4th down and short. And again, Frankfurt will be forced to punt. Kevin Fahey, coming in with a 36.1 average, will probably try to get it out of bounds deep in Amsterdam territory.
Amsterdam leaves their starting defensive unit out on the field in a punt safe. They don't believe it's going to be a punt, and they want to make sure that this guy punts the ball away.
And he does. High and short. And Bryant called for a fair catch. No, it was T.C. Wright called for the fair catch and gathered it back in at his 10-yard line. Can Amsterdam get something going? We'll find out as they get their first possession of the 2nd quarter when we come back.
Looking for something?
Yeah, that dime from Sprint's long-distance plan.
Having trouble finding it, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the dark.
Well, that's because depending on when you call, the Sprint Cents rate isn't always a dime. In fact, it could be a quarter.
That puts a whole new light on things.
And on average, most people can save more with AT&T True Reach Savings than with Sprint Cents when they spend just $25 a month. So, what do you think?
I think I found what I'm looking for.
That's your true choice, AT&T.
I don't see them. I think we're safe.
Of course we're safe. We're in my Subaru Outback.
I know the world's first sport utility wagon.
This beauty's got dual airbags, full-time all-wheel drive, and it's more stable in the turn than a Blazer.
What else you got?
Better braking than an Explorer. That's my Subaru Outback. The world's first sport utility wagon.
What you doing?
Stopped up.
Vinegar? Baking soda.
Learn the secrets of home repair on Fix It, weekdays only on FX.
A friend of mine told me, try America Online. I said, why? I've got a computer. He said, try it. You'll see. It's simple. Every time you sign on,
welcome.
It tells you if you've got mail.
You've got mail.
Want to send some email? Type the message. Click here, and it's done. I like this. With one click, I can browse all kinds of great features on America Online. I've gotten help with my golf swing, planned my next vacation. I even get stock price updates every 15 minutes. America Online has over 100 newspapers and magazines, everything from Business Week Online to Cycle World, and I can browse them all. With America Online, you can point and click your way across the internet. And their web browser makes it easy to explore the World Wide Web. Call the toll-free number and you'll receive your free startup kit and 15 free hours to look around. It's worth a try. You'll see.
To try America Online free, call 1-800-508-9696. You'll receive your America Online startup kit and now 15 hours free your first month. Call now.
Eric Clemens and Bill Moss back at Frankfurt. And Bill, a very important series coming up for Amsterdam.
Yeah, it is, Eric. And sometimes it's hard to see the picture when you're inside the frame. But Amsterdam has been doing some good things. They've stopped Frankfurt for the first time. Now they need the offense gets going.
Trevor Cobb trying to go off the far side and met by a host of folks over there, including Big Don Reynolds and Bernard Carter on the stop.
I said they need to get things going, Eric. The hole was plugged there pretty hard and pretty heavy by Bernard Carter. And Bernard Carter, Tom Cavello, number 53, and 58, Mark Byers, they can plug holes. This is a good linebacking group they have. I'm talking about Frankfurt's defense. These guys make that defensive front, in my opinion.
And they've made it a tough day so far for Will Fuhrer. 1 for 5 so far, and Fuhrer off the play fake. Rolls far side, still looking. Running out of time, looked for Carlos Etheridge, but he was well covered by Bernard Carter.
Bernard Carter, again, staying with his man. And, you know, Will Fuhrer had all the time in the world to find somebody, and he couldn't. So there was good coverage downfield, obviously. And back to the first play, you know, we talked with Joe Clark, the offensive coordinator for Amsterdam. He said, we got big guys up front. And they're so big that they can't move. They can't pull in space. They can't pull on traps. So we're going to have them hold hands and roll forward. And if they can't do that, they can't do anything.
Fuhrer has been sacked 3 times. Obvious passing situation, comes near side to Philip Bobo for first down yardage. Bobo got up to about the... Where do they spot it here? At the 24-yard line.
That's one bright spot for the Amsterdam Admirals, was Philip Bobo. You can see there he's second in the World League in receptions and touchdowns as far as receivers go.
And the draw play. Trevor Cobb trying to bounce it out far side and does. Picks up good yardage. About 8 yards on the carry. Up close to the 35-yard line. Call it the 33-yard line.
Well, Amsterdam got out from behind, being backed up in the end zone. They're out there now. Now they're starting to open their offense up a little bit. And the play before that, Will Fuhrer, you saw him throw all the way across the field on the out. I mean, he turned around and threw the ball left-handed all the way across the field opposite side, almost effortlessly. He's got a strong arm. He just needs to be a little bit more precise.
On 2nd and 2, Fuhrer guns it down the middle. It is intercepted. Johnny Dixon. And Dixon will go into the end zone for the touchdown.
All this week, Will Fuhrer has been battling the flu. And right now, if he thought he was sick this week, he's really sick now. He throws this ball, does not even see Johnny Dixon come into the picture. He sets up on the third step and fires the ball. It doesn't even see him. By the time he does see him, Johnny Dixon has 6 points.
Fuhrer was coming off his worst week this season in the World League. Last week, he was 19 of 34 and threw a couple of picks. And that extra point, Ralph Kleineman misses his second extra point of the year. That is no good. So maybe if Fuhrer and the Admirals can get something going, that might prove big later. Right now, they got to get some offense going. We'll be right back.
So why did you leave AT&T?
I fell for the gimmicks.
And?
I'm disappointed. I miss AT&T.
AT&T misses you too. So we're making it easy to come back.
Anything that makes my life easier, I'm for it.
How does up to 100 free AT&T minutes sound?
I like free minutes.
We'll send you AT&T long-distance certificates good for up to 100 free minutes, just for switching back to AT&T.
100 free minutes, I'm there.
There's more. Only AT&T customers can get AT&T True Reach savings. Spend $25 a month and you save 25% to anyone, anytime, anywhere in the U.S. You're covered on every type of call on your AT&T phone bill.
What more could you ask for?
How about this? AT&T puts your savings in black and white.
What have I got to do to come back to you guys?
All you have to do is call 1-800-GET-TRUE, and you'll get up to 100 free AT&T minutes. So, what do you think?
I think we'll switch.
Good decision.
Thank you.
You know what to do.
That's your true choice, AT&T.
You don't take orders from anyone but the sea. The harder you work, the more you earn. And the more you earn, the more you keep. And after it's all said and done, you walk away with the 2 things nobody can take. Good friends and good corn.
The sun's up at Bay Hill, and what a lovely day for a drive. But don't forget to keep your head down, because Bay Hill is Arnold Palmer's place, and the rough edges are there by design. So who helps the business end of this legendary club run smoothly? Office Depot.
Taking care of business.
Office Depot guarantees low prices and 100% satisfaction. Because when you're responsible for the big picture, even small details are important.
Taking care of business.
Eric Clemens and Bill Moss back at Waldstadion here in Frankfurt, and the 30,000 plus fans have plenty to cheer about. 20-0 Galaxy here in the second quarter.
Well, these people have not stopped dancing since we've been here.
They've been here quite a few hours. The power party began about 3:30 this afternoon, and they've been partying ever since. Kleineman, the kickoff. It's high, it's short, coming down to Bobo at his own 15. Bobo trying to get through the wedge, gets up to the 29-yard line before he's brought down.
Let's go back and take a look at the interception. Did you ever lock your keys in the car and come out to the car and just say, how stupid am I? That's what Will Fuhrer is feeling right here, right now. Did not even see Johnny Dixon in the picture when he released that ball. And for a quarterback, especially Will Fuhrer, he told us when the team's down and they need somebody, he wants to have the ball in his hand. He wants to be the guy to make things happen. Well, he's going to have to start seeing a lot more of the field if he wants to make things happen today, Eric.
Absolutely. As I reiterate, last week he had probably the worst week of his World League season. Threw a couple of interceptions, no touchdowns. He has 3 receivers split to the near side. Fuhrer steps up in the pocket. Now he'll keep it, and he goes down. John Baker. Will they call it a sack, or will it just be no gain on the play? Very close to the original line of scrimmage.
And when you drop down 20-0 with 9 minutes or some odd seconds to go before halftime, you can't get your running game going. You're forced to pass. And when you're forced to pass, the defense knows it also. And the guys up front have their ears pinned back.
Call it a gain of 1 by Fior. 2nd and 9. Fior comes near side. Philip Bobo, a nice catch. Gets to be about 3 yards short. No, they're calling it incomplete now. They say he dropped it. So that'll set up 3rd and long for Amsterdam.
Philip Bobo looks upset there. The ball's going to be coming right into your picture here. And let's see if he gets his hands underneath him. That's a reception. That is a reception. He had possession of that before he hit the ground.
Great look at it, too.
They're having enough problems out there. They don't need any extra problems from the ref.
On 3rd and 9 with 3 wide outs, Will Fior trying to get something going. Comes near side, guns it for Philip Bobo, who makes the catch and turns, adds a few more yards, gets up close to the 50-yard line. 1st down, Amsterdam, big play.
Well, the play has worked for him twice thus far. Only once the referee called it an incompletion. So they come to it a 3rd time. You see the distance off the ball Fred Foggy is, number 36. He's given him the underneath. That underneath is about 12 or 15 yards. Fred Foggy needs to close that gap a little.
Pickup of 19 yards on that play, and the draw goes to Trevor Cobb. Cobb loses the football. Foggy has it. Will they call it a fumble? They do.
When you attack the line of scrimmage and you come into a mass of bodies, one of the worst things you can do is stop. And that's what Trevor Cobb does right there. He looks like he was waiting for Don Willis's block. He tries to get it going again, and there's the strip right there. Mike Kerr, when he's making a tackle, his hand gets in there first, and that ball is out before it hits the ground.
The 3rd Amsterdam turnover of the half. And they have all been costly. Killing momentum on a couple of drives for the Admirals. Now Frankfurt, Steve Pallur with the ball at its own 46, and Pallur keeps it. He'll dive across the 50-yard line and into Amsterdam territory before he's brought down by Bobby Hamilton.
Has to be very frustrating for the Amsterdam Admirals because defensively they're doing what they set out to do. They're making Steve Pallur pull the ball down and find a way. He's been running it. He's having to pat the ball. He's trying to take his time. And it's a good rush up front by the defenders. Offensively, though, for the Admirals, they seem to get something going. Then all of a sudden, the wheels fall off the car.
Motion to the near side comes Bobby Phillips, and the give to Wes Bender. And Bender gets 1st down yardage out to the 42-yard line of the Amsterdam Admirals.
I stand corrected. I guess if you're up 20-0, Wes Bender is going to get the ball. That was a little reward. You know, it's like throw the dog a biscuit. That's a reward for the last 3 games, all the lead blocking that he has been doing for Ingo Seibert and Bobby Phillips.
Bender came in with only 9 carries on the year for 18 yards, but he does have a touchdown. Also has 6 receptions on the season coming in. Gary Harrell in motion to the near side. Pallur back to pass on 1st down. Pallur deep down the middle. That one is batted in the air. It's still being batted around before it falls. Incomplete, but we do have 2 flags down on the play.
One of the flags is definitely going to be holding at the line of scrimmage. Now, the other flag was thrown down around the receivers.
The officials discussing it to see if they offset. And it appears they've sorted it out. Both penalties against the Amsterdam Admirals, the defense offside and a face mask call.
Offside on the defense, number 98, lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty is declined. We have a personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 93. That penalty we've enforced. 1st down.
As I was talking about the wheels falling off. white. First down says it all. Frankfurt with 12 of them, and they've been moving the ball pretty much at will.
Bobby Phillips keeps it far side, trying to turn the corner. Rico Mack was there first with the hog tie before his teammates came to help out. Kept it to a short gain of about 2 to 3 yards.
Now Bobby Phillips gets a turn to carry the ball. And in this offense, like I said earlier, they feed the ball to everybody. Bobby Phillips gets a shot. Ingo Seibert gets a shot. They distribute it well to the receivers.
Phillips carried 4 times for -3 yards last week. And he gained nothing on that play, and now we have flags down as it looks like the play clock has run out. It'll be a delay of game against Frankfurt.
False start prior to the snap, number 75, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
All right, I stand corrected. Either way, it's a 5-yard penalty. And Pallure trying to add to his numbers there right now. 7 of 14 for 118 yards, and Will Fuhr having a very tough day already with 2 interceptions. He's also been sacked a few times.
The turnovers will definitely kill you. In the last 2 categories there, you see it is very similar to last week. 0 touchdowns for Fuhr and 2 interceptions. You can't run your offense doing stuff like that.
Against the blitz, Pallure gets it away, and is this caught by Ed Smith? They give him the catch. Spot the ball inside the 30 to the 27-yard line.
Roughing the passer. This looks like a clean blitz to me. It was the crown of his head. Rico Mack is so angry right now. He's taken out. He tried to hog tie the other guy over there with take his head off, Bobby Phillips, across the field. And then he comes back on a blitz right up the middle and just wants to tear Steve Pallure's head off as well. And he leads on that tackle with the crown of his head.
Roughing the passer on number 55. Half the distance, the end of the pass, first down.
Which last year the NFL said you cannot lead on a receiver or a quarterback with the crown of your head. As a matter of fact, in the NFL, he probably would have been fined there.
So 2 very costly penalties against the Amsterdam defense. One a face mask against Hanna. That one roughing the quarterback against Rico Mack. Setting up 1st and 10, and Frankfurt already with a 20-point lead. Now we have some movement in the interior line. It looked like Tyrell Green, backup offensive lineman, might have jumped a little early.
You know, back to the penalty. That was a nice blitz. It opened up well, it was unprotected, and he was starting to wind up with the ball. And Rico Mack left his feet. And it's very questionable. And if you talk to any defenseman around the NFL, some defensive ends, you talk to Neil Smith or you talk to Derek Thomas and Kevin Green, these guys aren't happy about this rule. They're just trying to do their job. They're not trying to go out there and maim somebody. But when you have a blitz and it's that open, you're going to lay a hit on somebody. It's not their fault. It's going to hurt.
On 1st and 15, Pallure has to step up in the pocket. Now he'll keep it. He gets it inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. And he gets almost to the original line of scrimmage to set up 2nd and call it 11.
See, there's a key example of it right there. You see how he scrambled up there and made his way and looking for the first down, okay? At a young age, the defensive guys are taught to tackle, and you're tackling with your face. You butt up, you square up, your whole rest of your body follows. And that's what they're trying to do. Now, if his head's standing straight up and Steve Pallure scrambles and he misses a tackle and he goes for a first down, then it's okay. I can't follow that.
Pallure quickly to Nate Bolton, and Bolton gets inside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
They call the man Crazy Legs. If you've seen him run, you'll know why. You're going to have a low-angle look right here, and there it is. Watch his legs. Up and down and around and up. Look at him. That's Crazy Legs Nathaniel Bolton. slams on the brakes and tries to come back, but Ed Stewart got one of those crazy legs. Tried to take home a souvenir in the form of a shoe.
So that'll set up a 3rd down and short, 3rd and 2, as Harold comes in motion to the near side, and the give goes to Bobby Phillips, straight up the middle and into the end zone, untouched.
Things that amazed me when I looked at film of Frankfurt Galaxy is their offensive line. Only 2 of the guys are allocated, and both of them have to be from the Cowboys in the form of 95 George Hageman and 68 Michael Batiste. But what they do so well and how they've come together, this offensive line, is amazing. This is basically a pass-oriented offense, and they do a great job of pass protecting. But when it comes time to hammer the ball, these guys look like they've been doing it together for a long, long time.
Ralph Kleineman gets this one to go through. 27-0 now, Frankfurt.
Mike Batiste there, look, he's got 2 guys walled off, 1 in each arm. The big guy from the Cowboys. And you know, when we were talking to the offensive line coach, Fred Quillen said about his offense, he said, you know, we have a 49ers mentality with the Dallas Thugs. And in the Thugs, he was talking about guys like Michael Batiste and George Hageman. Just blowing the hole open, you know, holding 2 guys off with 1 hand.
Whoa. That may be one of our better touchdown celebration moves of the year. The backwards flip by Bobby Phillips. No running start either. A standing backwards flip. That takes one heck of an athlete to pull that one off. And everybody has reason to party here. Up 27. With 3:51 to go in the first half.
You think you could have done that, Eric?
Standing backflip. And then I would wake up once I completed that task.
I never would have woke up. I would have broke my neck on the first turn.
7-play, 53-yard drive. Bobby Phillips caps it with the 8-yard touchdown run. And Kleineman to kick it from his own 30. A low line drive kick goes to the far side and lands out of bounds. Let's take one more look at the flip. This is impressive.
Kick off out of bounds. Ball being placed at the 40-yard line.
He gets a good tuck, pulls it through.
Oh, hands touched though.
Hands touch the ground. I'm only going to have to give about a 6.5.
6.5, 7 on that.
He's happy with it though.
got team number 16. We driving all over them motherfuckers' ass. We can run the ball. We can pass the ball. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? What you say? Fuck them.
Michael Batiste obviously a little bit excited.
Now Amsterdam trying to answer. Swing pass comes to the near side. T.C. Wright on the reception. Gets up close to first down yardage at the 50. As Will Fuhr completes the swing to T.C. Wright.
And that's what they're going to have to do. Let's start working the short stuff. Short stuff. They're not getting able to run the ball well yet. So let's work the short stuff. Give them a dose of their own medicine. Let's move the ball down the field 5-6 yards at a time and then put it in the end zone.
They did give T.C. Wright the first down on the reception, and now T.C. Wright on the draw play. Dances across the 50, spins off tackles, gets to the 43, a pickup of 7.
Last year, T.C. Wright was their main man. He was the guy with all the yards for Amsterdam. And then this year, he kind of took a back seat to Trevor Cobb. And Trevor Cobb really hasn't produced the numbers through all the carries he's had. Then last week, we saw a lot of Bean O'Brien. Now they want to give the ball back to T.C. Wright. This is his chance. This is his opportunity right now to shine.
Fuhr back to throw, steps up in the pocket and looks deep downfield. Villapova between defenders, touchdown.
I don't know what happened on the sidelines with the Amsterdam Admirals, but that possession, that drive, that offensive drive right there was a sound.
Let's get a turnover now. Get a turnover.
You hear Al Luganville's excitement. Let's get a turnover. Let's get the ball back to the offense because they're hot right now. They're on a little bit of a roll here. They ran the ball well. They had a little flare out to T.C. Wright. Picked up a first down. Now they've got him thinking. Well, they hammered it at us, then they went outside, and then bang, he comes down and throws a beautiful pass right down the middle for a touchdown.
Hans Werdecker to add the extra point. It is good. So Amsterdam breaks through and gets on the scoreboard. They cut the deficit to 20 at 27-7.
That was a nice job of Amsterdam Admirals offense. What they just did for their team is put a big tourniquet on their arm, and they've stopped the bleeding. Now it's going to get a little life back into the team. They're scored. They're happy. They realize they can do it. They're over on the sidelines, high-fiving each other and saying, let's get going. Now it's time for the defense of the Amsterdam Admirals to get the ball back. Keep on doing the things they've been doing well, like covering the receivers, disrupting their timing, making Steve Bluer hold the ball. They have to be patient in their approach. We said this early on. We know Frankfurt can move the ball. We know they can score. For Amsterdam, the key here is being patient.
Still plenty of football left. 2:36 to go in the half. Philip Bobo, second-ranked receiver in the World League of American Football. 4 catches for 93 yards, 42 of them on that big touchdown reception between 2 defenders. Nice catch in the end zone.
It was a nice catch. It was good awareness on his part, good concentration, but even a better throw. The thread the receiver is right down the middle of the 2-deep zone. Philip Bobo cut it right down the middle.
Vinatieri with a short kickoff, and Gary Harrell has it and breaks out of the pack. Harrell all the way down to the 37. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Nate Bolton who broke out of the pack.
There's Crazy Legs again. He's going to follow his wall right up. Look at the job on the wedge. They're holding their arms locked. They're knocking people out of the way. And as soon as Nathaniel Bolton sees daylight, he turns on the jets.
Steve Bluer has a blood clot on his arm, so he's out of the game right now. And Brad Bretz, 6'5", 223 pounds, out of Cal State Hayward, takes over and gives to Ingo Seibert. And Seibert is met in the backfield by Rico Mack.
Rico Mack. Rico's a guy, we've talked to him the past 2 weeks, and he's a guy that he talks all the time about how he goes through this transformation period before the game, and he becomes a crazed animal, and he just wants to go out there and fly around all over the field.
2-minute warning.
And he takes this game personal. He believes he can make a difference.
2-minute warning. Frankfurt with the ball. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Baby Ruth, who can resist all that rich nougat and caramel? And all those crunchy roasted peanuts. Just what you need to get going.
Showtime!
Baby Ruth from Nestle. This baby gets you going.
This spring. What's up with that outfit? You Alibaba Jackson?
Pound for pound.
Oh, I'm in shape. I'm round.
Only one movie has all the comedy you can bet on.
$2 on the clean-cut white boy.
The Great White Hype, rated R. At theaters now.
Looking for something?
Yeah, that dime from Sprint's long-distance plan.
Having trouble finding it, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the dark.
Well, that's because depending on when you call, the Sprint Sense rate isn't always a dime. In fact, it could be a quarter.
That puts a whole new light on things.
And on average, most people can save more with AT&T True Reach Savings than with Sprint Sense when they spend just $25 a month. So, what do you think?
I think I found what I'm looking for.
That's your true choice, AT&T.
This is Back Check. This is your host. You can reach Jeff by phone, letter, email. Not just a fax, ma'am. We want your side of the story. It's our job.
Looking for one of these? One rider has been rated way above the rest in giving you a real workout with no impact. Best of all, it's half the price of the Health Rider. resistance. It's no wonder CardioGlide was rated best in giving you a real workout. Call now.
Welcome back to Wlaf. Eric Clemens and Bill Maas. Frankfurt ahead of Amsterdam 27-20, but bad news. Steve Pallur had to leave the field. Severe bruise on his left wrist. Brad Brett's now in the game, throwing his first pass of the day, goes far side to an open Nate Bolton. And Bolton gets past the first down marker and inside the 25 to the 24-yard line as he stretches the football out.
There's Steve Pallur. You can see his left arm. He's seeing it. You see the cut and the swelling. They're taking him in beforehand to take a close look at it. And for Amsterdam, when you take your quarterback out, now's the time you start smelling blood. Now's the time you need a killer instinct and know that you can take control of this game. The backup is in. You've taken out their field general. Now close in around them.
We had a flag thrown on that last play.
Back here. Illegal hands to the face on the defense, number 98. The penalty is declined. First down.
Bobby Hamilton, and it was in the backfield. It was after the play. There was a little pushing and shoving going on, and Bobby Hamilton got his hand up and just pushed the face of it. Looked like Ron Collins.
So Brett's trying to protect a 20-point lead or even add to it now. As we have another delay. Looks like the Admirals are claiming the ball has been misspotted.
They're upset out there, too. Amsterdam is mad.
Now they've got it right.
They're getting excited. They're getting mad. They feel everybody in the world's against them. They think the refs are against them, the fans are against them, and they're upset right now. And these guys are going to be playing with a lot of emotion. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they hold them right here to a field goal.
Brett's going deep in the end zone, looking for Harrell. Goes up. Who's got it? Gary Harrell. Touchdown.
In and out of the hands of Hunt. I'm sorry, that was 34, Tommy Jones. Had excellent position running with Gary Harrell. Excellent position. Turned and went up for the ball. Had the ball in his possession. And Gary Harrell had enough awareness to stay with the ball and pull it right out of his arms as they came down to the ground.
A smile on the normally stoic face of Ernie Stautner as his team goes back up by 27. Kleinman's extra point is good. Make it 34-7. And that expression from Bobby Hamilton says it all.
I mean, you almost have to feel sorry for Amsterdam. They are so close so many times on passes, on interceptions like this. It's in his hand. And as he falls down, it ends up in Gary Harrell's hands. Gary Harrell's hands were on the top of the ball, and Tommy Jones's hands were underneath it. And as they fell down, gravity pulled the ball towards Gary Harrell.
Harrell came into the game with 11 catches, averaging 12.3 yards a reception.
You have to wonder how many things could happen to Amsterdam. How many crazy little minute things could just go against them.
We talked about it earlier. They came out of camp in Atlanta, and every coach in this league called them the favorite, the best team top to bottom. They were supposed to win this thing, maybe going away. And it looks like now they're headed for a 1-3 start in the 1996 season. Kleinman to kick it off from his own 30. This one will be fielded by by Bryant, who takes off near side. Correction, T.C. Wright, who took it deep at his 5-yard line and brought it almost to the 30.
Almost out the gate there, too, if he could have kept his footing. There we are at the power party before the game. This is like 2.5 hours before the game. And there's Coach Ernie Stotner and Mike Bellamy. And look at the fans. I mean, doesn't that remind you of an NFL Sunday?
Tell you what, they are crazy about their Frankfurt Galaxy here, and they have a lot to party about today. 34-7 as Will Fuhr tries to get something going before the half. That one batted right back at him by John Baker.
Amsterdam can't do anything right, and Frankfurt can't do anything wrong. They have a 3-man rush up front, and they drop 8 people deep. Since there's only a minute 30 left, they know they're in the 2-minute offense, and they need a quick score. And 3 guys is enough to get there that time, and bat the ball and make it go backwards.
You are going down the middle. Has his man, David Jones. Jones across the 40 to the 43-yard line. First down for Amsterdam as we wind down towards a minute 10.
Well, Ernie Stotner's got to be pretty happy. 34 points in the first half for Frankfurt. And that ties a World League record dating all the way back to 91.
Fuhr comes near side, gets it to Philip. Bobo makes a nice sliding catch at the 46-yard line of Frankfurt. Another first down as Amsterdam in the hurry-up offense. Fuhr under pressure, and down he goes. Big John Baker, his second sack of the game.
Ernie Stotner was calling his name out there. He must have seen something and told him, hey, John.
That's the 3rd and final timeout. 42nd timeout.
And here he comes to the right side of your screen. Just runs right around Jorgen Gustafsson, the national player. Gustafsson gets his hands on him, but his weight was too high. He needs to drop his weight. He needs to sit down in the hips. And he was too high that time, and Big John Baker, who's had NFL experience with the Raiders, knew how to take advantage of his blocker at that point in time. From my alma mater, University of Pittsburgh.
That's right.
You know, he changed his number tonight to 97, and he's been 63 throughout the course of the first 3 games, and he told me he wore that number, Eric, because that was my number, Kansas City.
Oh, is that right?
And I was touched.
Some hero he patterns himself after. I don't know. I have to talk to Mr. Baker and set the record straight a little bit here.
Well, at least he knows what to do with a quarterback when he gets there.
Fuhr dumps it off to T.C. Wright, who'll get it into Frankfurt territory and get it out of bounds. They'll spot it inside the 45 at the 43-yard line. Will set up 3rd and about 9.
You know, they seem to have a good little pattern going right here offensively. They're distributing the ball well. Will Fuhr's had time sitting back there finding his receivers. It would be nice to see him score here. It would be a nice boost for them to go into halftime, even with the field goal.
4 wide receivers split out in the hurry-up offense. And Fuhr comes down the near side and finds Dietrich Smith, who gets the ball down inside the 25 to the 24 before he's hit by Johnny Dixon.
Big hit by Johnny Dixon. And when you're playing safety, sometimes you just know exactly where the ball's going to be and exactly when it's going to be there. And you can lower the boom, and that's what he did there. You have the time playing the safety position. A lot of people call it a center fielder. And in a 2-minute, he can sit back there and just read the quarterback and say, where's he going? And there, he sees Dietrich Smith and times his shot perfectly.
I think Dietrich Smith, with that catch and the shot he took, made up for that drop earlier. So Amsterdam at least in field goal range at the 24, 2nd and 10. Pure going for it all. Touchdown, Diedrich Smith.
It's a nice job. Drive by Will Pure. He's going into the half with some momentum. They've scored on the last 2 offensive possessions now. And they have new life. They're going to go into halftime knowing that they can accomplish something. They had 8 people deep then. They knew they were in a 2-minute offense. They dropped 8 people into coverage, and Will Pure was able to find Diedrich Smith. And more importantly, Diedrich Smith was able to find an opening.
So with 9 seconds to go in the half, Amsterdam climbs back to within 20 and has a lot of momentum going into the locker room. They have to know offensively, at least they can move the football.
Well, here's what they need to do coming out of halftime. They need to continue defensively playing bump and run on the receivers like they've been doing. They've been doing an excellent job on that. And they need to eliminate the mistakes. They need to eliminate all the penalties, the infractions, the emotional penalties as well, and settle down, and like I said earlier, be patient.
Beautiful sunset here in Frankfurt at Waldstadion. And there's the man. Came up with 2 big catches on that drive, Diedrich Smith.
You know, they had 2 touchdowns here in the last 2 offensive drives in under 6 minutes. 3 touchdowns throughout the second half is very possible for this team. And defensively for Amsterdam, they know they've got Frankfurt's quarterback out, and they're dealing with a second-string quarterback. They're going to try to exploit that and take advantage of it.
Gary Harrell catches the bouncing kickoff and returns it out up close to the 40-yard line, across the 40, you can call it, to the 42. So with 3 seconds to go in the half, let's see what Frankfurt may try to do with it. I doubt they try to do much with a 20-point lead.
I'm sure Brad Bretz is going to take a knee here. They're going to take it into halftime and start the adjustments. And Frankfurt is up by 20 points. But Amsterdam has given them 2 of those touchdowns, literally. Just given it to them. By field position, their backs been against the wall. They are very much in this ballgame. I am not that impressed with Frankfurt's offense. It's not the offense I've seen in the last 2 weeks.
And more importantly, they're without their starting quarterback now as the relief, Brad Bretz, takes a knee. Battle in the first half. A lot of scoring for Frankfurt, but Amsterdam has some momentum as both teams head to the halftime locker room. Ernie Startner a little more concerned now that his team is up by 20, 34-14.
Hey, if you enjoy the company of animals, then you'll enjoy the pet department on FX.
What?
A jungle inside the house.
Every day, you'll learn something about pets that might surprise you.
That's a bone.
And see something you might not expect.
Whoa.
We cover everything about pets you've ever thought of.
Do dogs dream?
And a lot of things you never would have thought of.
Look, I've been practicing. Are you ready?
It's a pet show filled with stuff you'll actually be interested in.
And just the right amount of fluff.
The Pet Department. Weekdays at 3, 2 Central, only on FX.
Hey, that car's dull and dry. Looks like it needs some body wet. No, not that. New Body Wet by Black Magic. It's the world's first clear car polish with the unique wet look. Body Wet gives you a shine that's so rich, so thick, it actually looks wet. Body Wet provides a deep gloss to all the painted surfaces of your car with a shine that's so durable and weather resistant, it lasts and lasts. How does it work? Body Wet contains a patent-pending tri-blend system of silicone acrylics and HCR polymeric polishing compounds. So, what does all that mean? Well, it means you get a shine so rich, so deep, so reflective, it actually looks wet. Body Wet by Black Magic can be applied to almost every surface of your car. Simply wipe it on, watch it bead up, then wipe it off. It's that easy. And the unique clear formula won't get stuck in the tight spots like those pasty products. It really is easy to give your car the most incredible high gloss finish you've ever seen. Careful, that car's wet. Just kidding. It's Body Wet for a shine so glossy you might think it's wet. Get a superior shine with the innovative Body Wet by Black Magic, the world's first clear polish with the unique wet look. Now only $14.95. And if you call today, we'll send you a second bottle of Body Wet for just $5 more. But wait, we'll also give you the incredible Tire Wet by Black Magic absolutely free. One quick mist with Tire Wet and your tires will look brand new again. No wiping, no rubbing, no rinsing. Just wet it and forget it. It outlasts and outshines all other tire protectants on the market today. All this for just $19.95. So if your car looks dry, give Body Wet a try. Call now.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-369-2299. That's 1-800-369-2299. Or send $14.95 for one bottle or $19.95 for two bottles with Tire Wet, plus $5.95 shipping and handling to Body Wet, P.O. Box 2978, Framingham, Massachusetts. Or call 1-800-369-2299.
Guten Tag. Buenos dias. Kia ora. Hello. Who do we there?
Hello. No matter in what language they say hello, the national players this season have greeted the World League with the statement that they belong. Over the past 2 weeks, German Ingo Seifert has scored 4 TDs, breaking the season record for nationals that he set a year ago. 5 years ago, it was a London Monarch who got the whole national ball rolling.
A classic showing for the Operation Discovery players. That's the E-Man, he scored!
The E-Man was Victor Abubadike, and in Week 3 of the 1991 season, he became the first national player to score a touchdown in the World League. He blazed a trail for all non-Americans and showed other nationalities that they could compete with the boys across the pond in their own game. Last season, Australian Darren Bennett launched rockets from his foot as a punter for the Amsterdam Admirals. Those missiles proved to be intercontinental. Bennett was voted to the Pro Bowl as a member of the San Diego Chargers following the 1995 NFL season. This season has seen a new influx of national players that has truly made it a world league. 3 Japanese are playing professional football for the first time, and they met head-to-head when the Rhine Fire met Amsterdam in Week 2. New Zealander Willie Hinchcliffe is snaring passes for the London Monarchs. Barcelona's Sami Alalampi, a wide receiver from Finland, set a Dragons record in Week 1 when he hauled in a Kelly Holcomb pass and outraced the Admirals' defense 87 yards for the score. Last week, Scotland's Scott Cooper was able to fulfill his goal when he scored against Amsterdam. In Week 1, the Admirals' Frank Channing scored, one of the record-setting 7 touchdowns by national players this season. Scotland's Paul McCallum has done it with his right leg. He's a perfect 4 for 4 in field goal attempts, including this overtime game winner in Week 1 against London. And Frankfurt Seibert won National Player of the Week award the last 2 weeks.
I think I play not because of the national rule now. I play because I'm a, what can I say, a good football player.
So why did you leave AT&T?
I fell for the gimmicks.
I was just auditioning different companies.
And I thought, well, gosh, maybe I'll try it and just see.
And?
I'm disappointed. I miss AT&T.
AT&T misses you, too. So we're making it easy to come back.
Anything that makes my life easier, I'm for it.
How does up to 100 free AT&T minutes sound?
I like free minutes.
We'll send you AT&T long-distance certificates good for up to 100 free minutes, just for switching back to AT&T.
100 free minutes, I'm there.
There's more.
Keep hitting.
Only AT&T customers can get AT&T True Reach savings.
Whoa, what's that?
Well, spend $25 a month, and you save 25% to anyone, anytime, anywhere in the U.S.
I think it's right on the money.
And you're covered on every type of call on your AT&T phone bill. AT&T calling card calls, AT&T cellular long distance, collect calls you receive, even fax and modem calls. Pretty comprehensive, huh?
That's what I like about it.
Does it cost anything to sign up?
Nope, doesn't cost a thing.
Could you please be more enthusiastic?
All you have to do is call 1-800-GET-TRUE. So, have I convinced you yet?
I like what I see, but I kind of want to see more.
Yeah, I'd like to see what I'm saving.
I want something that I can easily read, see where my savings are, and go, yes, I'm getting a good deal.
You got it. AT&T puts your savings right on your phone bill.
She could show it to me. She goes, look how much money I saved.
What more could you ask for?
How about this? You're backed by AT&T's world-class customer service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
What have I got to do to come back to you guys?
Call that number to switch now, and you'll get up to 100 free AT&T minutes. So, what do you think?
I think it sounds great.
Just with 100 free minutes, that sounds wonderful.
25% across the board.
And I know that the service is there.
Can't get any better than that.
Well,
I think we'll switch.
Good decision.
Thank you.
you know what to do.
That's your true choice, AT&T.
Frankfurt quarterback Steve Pallure scaled the heights in the NFL for 9 seasons. But after being cut by Denver in 1992, he had to face some serious questions.
I just was kind of in an evaluation stage. What am I going to do? Am I going to return to football? And at that point, I didn't kind of despise football in a way about just regarding how big it was, all the money, all the pressure, and didn't like what it was doing to me and our society. And so I wasn't really excited at that point to get right back into it. I took some time off. I went back to school. I got married and tried to put a personal life together and be a little bit more stable with all the moving around that was difficult. So, and then it was after that point that I really felt like I wanted to give something back to pro football and contribute, the abilities that I've been given.
Signing with Frankfurt in the offseason, Pallure has led the Galaxy to a 3-0 start, and his precision passing has propelled him to the top of the World League quarterback ratings. It's clear that Pallure is grateful for his opportunity in Frankfurt.
It's been a great experience. I mean, the people here have been great. The league is a lot of fun, and I really feel fortunate hooking up with Frankfurt because they're one of the top teams in the league. I've got some great receivers to work with, and the linemen have been protecting me well, so I really have been enjoying myself.
And now AT&T presents the Play of the Week. Last week in a battle of winless teams, the London Monarchs with new head coach Lionel Taylor traveled to the Rhine Stadium to face the Rhine Fire. Late in the fourth quarter, with the Rhine Fire trailing by 7 and driving in Monarchs territory, cornerback Kenny McIntyre stepped in front of an Andy Kelly pass, returning it 70 yards for the score. McIntyre's third interception of the day allowed the Monarchs to celebrate their first victory of the season. AT&T salutes Kenny McIntyre and his Play of the Week.
Hi, I'm Emmett, and I'm a cowboy. This is my hat. These are my boots. These are my horses. This is where they graze. And this is my ranch. No matter whose brand is on the front gate. This is my territory. This is my zone. This is my planet.
I started using Tylenol for my headaches about 10 years ago. Never thought I'd change. Then my doctor told me about Arudis KT.
82% of doctors surveyed have prescribed Arudis, and now it's available in a non-prescription strength. New Arudis KT, so potent, just 25 milligrams is as effective as 1,000 milligrams of extra-strength Tylenol.
Now for tough headaches, I've got Arudis KT.
New Arudis KT, the potent medicine for pain.
John Burke will stop at nothing to bring you the best collectible show ever.
It tastes like lemonade, and it's a laxative.
Live tasty television on Personal FX, the collectible show, only on FX.
Are you a parent? I'm talking to parents. And when you talk to parents, you gotta spell things out. If you haven't taken your kids to Disney World, you should call 1-800-401-9474 and get a free Walt Disney World vacation planning video. My mom called last year, but she said, don't get your hopes up, it's only a phone call. Because my dad thought Disney World would cost too much money. But it didn't. And my mom thought it would be hard to plan, but it was easy. Because we called for the video, so we knew what to do. It showed us all the cool rides. Where to have breakfast with Mickey Mouse, how to get into the parks an hour early, and how to stay at a Disney resort for $69 a night. First timers gotta know this stuff. But you gotta call right away, because what if they run out? And everybody in the universe gets a free video but you. All parents gotta do is pick up the phone.
Call 1-800-401-9474 now for your free Disney World vacation video and make the dream come true.
Your kids will be very happy.
Welcome back to Wlaf in Frankfurt, Germany. The Galaxy leading Amsterdam by 20. But Amsterdam, believe it or not, probably feels a lot better than they did earlier this evening.
Well, someone not feeling very well is Steve Pallur. And watch this hit here by Rico Mack. Two things happen on this play. First of all, it's a blitz, and here comes Rico Mack, and he gets into Steve Pallur. And you see Steve's left arm, that's where the clot occurred. That's where the big hit occurred, and that's what knocked Steve Pallur out. Also on that play, they called Rico Mack for illegal use of that helmet, roughing the passer 15 yards. That moved Frankfurt down inside the 10 and enabled them to score another touchdown. You can see Pallur there with the wrap on his left arm. And we take a look at the first half stats. There it is in yellow. Turnover factor. Admirals' offense is gaining a little bit of momentum. They're only down by about 30 yards. They're starting to come back into this thing. But it's the turnovers that kill them. And it's been killing them all year. They have the #1 ranked offense in the World League.
Will Fuhr there, second-ranked passer in the World League, coming in, completing 60% of his throws, 788 yards, 5 TDs and 4 interceptions, but he has a couple of them in the game this afternoon.
Well, maybe he's on the phone to a shrink, and the shrink is telling him, hey, settle down, make your reads, don't try to be the hero here. Just be patient. And if he's patient, his offense will come together. They are not out of this ball game by any means.
Ralph Kleinman to kick it deep, and it's going far side, and Bean O'Brien will take it at his 9. And Bean O'Brien gets out over the 30-yard line to the 32. Well, this is the World League, isn't it?
That's exactly right. That's the world in the World League. These are the stations that are broadcasting with us throughout Europe and back in the United States. And it's been interesting. You know, it really brings the meaning to the word world, because we're here in a stadium full of a lot of people that don't speak a lick of English, as we don't speak a lick of German.
Let's listen to Christian Wieg and Eric Grau of Box from Germany.
Von der eigenen 32-Yard-Linie Singleback-Formation für die Admirals. Kurzer Dropback, dann dieser Swing Pass auf die Außenseite. TC Wright hat ihn gefangen, immer noch Wright am Ball. Ein Cut zurück zur Mitte. Raumgewinn für ihn etwa 5, vielleicht 6 Yards. Tackle wurde gemacht von Johnny Dixon.
TC Wright is a busy.
All right. He said TC Wright, and that's about all I recognize.
Well, I don't recognize German, but I do recognize football, and I knew exactly what he was talking about.
All right, let's join our Dutch broadcasters now. Hubert Bedford and Winston Ron of Supersport in the Netherlands.
Wolfio weer TC Wright en die krijgt daar niet genoeg bloks om door het midden weg te komen. Het zal een derde poging worden.
Hier hadden dus de coaches zoveel vertrouwen in. Die grote mannen die zouden gewoon de defensive line naar achteren kunnen duwen. En dan moeten we in dit soort situaties een first down kunnen halen. Je ziet het, die grote offensive line die wordt op de plek tot stand gehouden. TC Wright, running backs.
You care to interpret what the analyst was talking about there?
I honestly don't have a clue. But it is 3rd and 1, and they do need a first down here.
And TC Wright has it, and plenty more as he gets up close to the 45-yard line. A good start for for Amsterdam here in the second half. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Well, there's Pallur, even though he's injured, and you see his left arm taped up there, he's going to be working with Brad Bretz. He's a team guy. You saw him throw the block on the reverse earlier in the first quarter. Now here he is injured. He's going to go out there and help his team do everything they can offensively.
On 1st and 10, Fuhr the draw play. TC Wright doesn't get much as he tried to take it right back up the middle, but call it a gain of 3.
And you notice what they're doing. They're running the ball. For the first time in 2 weeks, they have come out and they are establishing a line of scrimmage. And I like seeing it. They've come out with a new life. This offensive group has new blood. They're ready to go. And they're going to play smash mouth. And they're going to march the ball down the field. And this time when they get in the scoring zone, they want to take advantage of it.
3 receivers split out for Will Fuhr on 2nd and 7. Comes near side. That one might have been deflected at the line of scrimmage. He was looking for Arnold Gallisloot, the national player. Incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you, it may have been deflected at the line of scrimmage, but I know by the look on Will Fuhr's face exactly what happened there. The national player, Arnold Ottersloot, missed his read. He was not in the right spot. The ball was not deflected. It did not touch anyone's hands. It was a well-thrown ball, and it was a timing pattern. It was supposed to be an out, and Arnold Ottersloot was not there.
Another big third down play for Fuhr, and the offense escapes some pressure, comes near side, and throws deep downfield, and has Gallisloot. Gallisloot for big yardage down to inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Get up, little D. Will Fuhr looks like a new man. He came out this series, and his offensive line is blocking for him. They established a line of scrimmage. Now they're trying some play action. He gets caught up. There's no one open. He rolls out, and Arnold Ottersloot makes up for his previous mistake by this time finding the opening while his quarterback is scrambling.
So the National redeems himself there. 1st and 10 from the 29, and Fuhr to the air again. Going deep for the end zone, T.C. Wright was being covered by Tom Cavallo stride for stride, and it's incomplete.
I can't believe there was not a flag on that play. Tom Cavallo made contact with T.C. Wright several times down the field. We're going to take a look at T.C. Wright coming right out of the backfield, right into your lap practically, and right there, see the hand? See that on Cavallo by touching T.C. Wright? That is pass interference. And I'm going to be honest with you. Amsterdam has been robbed of about 3 or 4 calls that I know of right now.
On 2nd down and 10, Fuhr swings it out, has T.C. Wright, who has some room on the far side, and Wright gets down close to the 20-yard line before he's brought down by Big Don Reynolds.
Well, the Amsterdam offense in the first quarter would have fallen apart on that penalty. On that play that should have been a penalty. I stand corrected. And they would have sunken in their shoes and their chin would hit the ground. But this group on the field right now, it doesn't matter what goes on around them. They're just worried about the next play. They're going to concentrate, and everybody's going to execute on the next play, and they're going to get yards.
Another big third down for the offense of Amsterdam. 3rd and 3. Flags on the play. The Admirals claim that Frankfurt violated the neutral zone. Let's see what the officials call it.
Well, you see Will Fuhr all the way at the 36-yard line. You know it's against Amsterdam. And the way the flags have been falling, I'm sure it is.
Prior to the snap, number 66. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
66 is the center, Don Willis. And what he does is he's unsure of the snap count. And he flinches there, and he says, well, it was on 2. Nope. Whoop. I think it was on 3.
Set up 3rd and 8. Will Fuhr comes quickly to the near side, and a great move by Diedrich Smith, who gets away from the tackle of Cecil Doggett and gets 1st down yardage. Another key 3rd down conversion for the Admirals.
Very key 3rd down. I mean, he was stopped. He made his catch, and Galaxy needed to make the tackle right there. There's number 22, Cecil Doggett, closing on him. But Diedrich Smith is very elusive, little quick guy, and he uses that ability to pick up the 1st down. And now they're in scoring zone and have to put points on the board.
1st and 10 from the 17. And Fuhr back to throw, goes end zone, and that one batted down by Lance Gunn. He was going for David Jones, who appeared to be open in the back of the end zone.
Very open. And that was a nice play on the ball by Lance Gunn. You're going to see Lance Gunn in right of your screen. He sits back there and he waits, and he sees Will Fuhr throw the ball, and he makes a nice close on the ball. He never takes his eyes off it. And if he didn't make that play, David Hill was wide open in the end zone. Davy Jones.
All right, 2nd and 10. 3 receivers split out for the Admirals, and Fuhr back again. This time goes near side. He was looking for Diedrich Smith, and now we have a flag down. And Diedrich Smith thinks it's pass interference against Frankfurt.
Well, most certainly is. and it's well overdue.
Interference, defense, number 22, first down.
So Amsterdam in great shape. They'll have a first down at the 5.
Watch to the left of your screen. There's the throw and the break on the ball. But as Cecil Doggett broke on the ball, he made contact with Diedrich Smith.
3 receivers split out wide left. And Pure, quick swing. Gets it to T.C. Wright, makes his move and goes into the end zone for a touchdown. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a football game.
Amsterdam Admirals, I said before they went into the half, have momentum. They made some adjustments in there at halftime, and they came out, and this is a new offensive football team. They took the opening drive and marched it down the field, capped off here by a little swing pass out to T.C. Wright, who, after all the DBs were taken deep into the end zone, he had a clear shot to take the ball in for 6. Nice drive, and that's the way to bounce back. And if they're going to stay in this ball game, they've got a good shot at it from that drive right there.
Decker converts on the extra point, so for 3 consecutive possessions, the Amsterdam Admirals have a touchdown, and now they're right back in it. 34-21, Frankfurt gets the ball when we come back.
So, are you with AT&T?
No.
Oh, how's your long-distance company working out for you?
I'm not happy at all.
But what if I gave you some really good reasons to switch to AT&T, including up to 100 free AT&T minutes?
That would be wonderful.
Only AT&T customers can get AT&T True Reach savings.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Spend just $25 a month, and we subtract 25% off your calls to anyone, anywhere in the U.S.
It's just easier not to have to think about it, not to have to, figure out how much it's going to cost. You know you're saving 25%.
You save 25% on every type of call on your AT&T phone bill.
I like that freedom.
We're talking about calling cards, collect calls, long-distance cellular calls. You're talking about everything.
That's right. You're covered on all kinds of calls, so your savings can add up faster.
Yeah, you get that with AT&T. True Reach.
I like that. It's simple.
It's easy.
It's free.
I know that no matter what I'm doing, I'm getting the savings, and I don't have to worry about it.
And you'll see your savings in black and white. Because AT&T puts your discount right on your phone bill.
AT&T puts it right there on the bill. So I know I've saved X amount right then and there.
I don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out.
No, but you do have to be an AT&T customer. Just call 1-800-GET-TRUE to switch now. That's easy. We'll send you AT&T long-distance certificates good for up to 100 free AT&T minutes.
100 free minutes, that sounds wonderful. It gives you a really good incentive to switch.
You can use your free minutes to call, well, anybody. So, what are you going to do?
I'm going to switch back to AT&T.
I will be switching to AT&T. I'm definitely going to switch, like today.
Good. The number's 1-800-GET-TRUE. Call now and get up to 100 free AT&T minutes to thank you for switching to AT&T.
You didn't ask me what I was going to do.
Okay. Who's the long-distance company for you?
It's hands down AT&T. It's just easy.
It's all within your reach.
That's your true choice, AT&T.
This is Back Check. This is your host. You can reach Jeff by phone, letter, email. Not just a fax, man. We want your side of the story. It's our job.
Amsterdam is on fire. They have scored on 3 consecutive possessions and have cut the deficit to 34-21, 11 plays, 68 yards, 623, capped by T.C. Wright, the man in the middle, the 5-yard touchdown reception. Now Adam Vinatieri with the kickoff, going to the far side of the field, but bounces out of bounds. That'll give Frankfurt the ball in great shape at its own 40-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds.
The Amsterdam Admirals know in the red zone that Galaxy likes to blitz. And here comes Mark Byers on the blitz. Will Fuhr does an excellent job of throwing the ball to the flat to the safety man, T.C. Wright, right before he gets hit. T.C. Wright lowers his head and into the end zone. He does what he needs to do, and he's been doing it today. And I'm glad to see him finally getting the opportunity to carry the ball.
Now, Bill, the defense needs to do its job. They've got the backup quarterback in, and Brad Bretz. They need to stop him here and get the ball back to their offense, which has been red hot.
Amsterdam's defense just has to eliminate the mistakes. They've been playing good defense. They've done what they've came to the game to do in fulfilling their package.
And Brett back to throw, goes over the middle and has his man, Jay Kearney. And that gets into Amsterdam territory at the 45-yard line. 16 yards on that play.
Right there, Tommy Jones was way off the ball. See, you see, still not even in your picture yet. See how much room he gave him off the ball? Now you see Tommy Jones coming into the picture. That's too much yards off the ball. Don't line up that far. I said continue to do what you've been doing, and that's playing on the line of scrimmage tight.
On first down, Ingo Seibert. And Seibert gets inside the 45, down to the 42. The national player has earned his spot on this team.
Very impressed with Ingo Seibert. It's the first we've really seen him so far getting the carry there. But here's a guy, he's a national player. Now, a lot of the national players on other teams are spot players. They play because there's a rule that says a national player has to play every other series. Ingo Seibert earned the starting position, and he also earned the way to being the leading scorer in the World League.
4 touchdowns coming in, and that pass is caught and dropped by Michael Bellamy. So Frankfurt now making some mistakes.
On the Lord! On the Lord!
And Amsterdam has done what they wanted to do. They've created 3rd and long. And as a defense, that's what you want. You want 3rd and 4 or more. Right now, they're 3rd and 8. Now they want to get out of here with a punt. Force them to punt. This is a critical down. 3rd down.
And Takuro Abe, Japanese-born player in the game for the Admirals on defense. The blitz is on, and Brad Brett goes down. Bobby Hamilton was there first. Pascal Davis also there. Big sack for Amsterdam as they hold the Frankfurt offense, and they'll get the ball back to their offense on the punt.
3rd and 8. You have a new quarterback in. What do? You bring the dogs on him. There's Bobby Hamilton beating Ron Collins around the corner, and up the middle was coming Takuro Abe, the national player allocated from Japan at linebacker on the blitz.
So Kevin Ferry will punt it from his own 40. This one is high. T.C. Wright signaled for the fair catch, but lets it bounce. It'll be down at the 14-yard line where Amsterdam will take over. And the Amsterdam Admirals continue their hot play. We'll find out when we come back.
Once upon a time, there was a fairy princess who looked a lot like you. And she had a magic wand, too.
Action Lane remembers the old porch gliders, but ours have comfortable padding and a unique gliding mechanism for a smoother, gentler ride indoors.
Once upon a time, there was a fairy princess who your grandpa used to say looked just like me.
Introducing the new glider recliner from Action Lane. Call 1-800-700-1233 for your local dealer and a free buyer's guide.
Looking for something?
Yeah, that dime from Sprint's long-distance plan.
Having trouble finding it, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the dark.
Well, that's because depending on when you call, the Sprint Sense rate isn't always a dime. In fact, it could be a quarter.
That puts a whole new light on things.
And on average, most people can save more with AT&T True Reach Savings than with Sprint Sense when they spend just $25 a month. So, what do you think?
I think I found what I'm looking for.
That's your true choice, AT&T.
Oh, shh, it's okay, look. Snap. It's a happy sound. If you don't have snap, then your pants fall down. And don't forget Crackle, he's the second sound. He's the guy in the middle. Water trickles, nose tickles, peanut brittle bill. And that leaves Pop. He's quite a clown. Snap, crackle, pop. Now let's chow down.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies make it a great day.
Hi, I'm Emmett, and I'm a cowboy. This is my hat. These are my boots. These are my horses. This is where they graze. And this is my ranch. No matter whose brand is on the front gate. This is my territory. This is my zone. This is my planet.
Eric Clemens and Bill Moss back at Wlaf, 6:32 to go in the third. That man there wants to play right now because his team on offense has been red hot the last 3 possessions.
3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and this is the 4th time they're going to touch the ball. Let's see what happens on this drive.
The draw play, T.C. Wright coming near side. Bernard Carter and Tom Cavallo say no. Little, if any, gain on that play. It'll set up 2nd and long.
Well, they recognized the formation there. They saw that at the start of their last drive, the drive that opened the half for them. The same play. It was the draw play, and there's Bernard Carter just waiting for it, and Tom Cavallo as well. They read that play coming all the way.
Carter allocated by Jacksonville. Big week last week. 5 tackles, a couple of sacks, and a deuce off a block kick. Fuhrer trying to find some room. Goes all the way to the far side, throws back across field, and that one in and out of the hands of Diedrich Smith. Fuhrer running for his life that time.
There's some nice coverage downfield, and Will Fuhrer buys himself time, and he has the ability to do that. Earlier in the game, remember what we talked about at the end of the first quarter? It was like 180 yards offense for Frankfurt, 80 yards for Amsterdam. What a turnaround.
On 3rd and 9, 3 receivers to the far side for Will Fuhrer and the Admirals. Fuhrer rolls out that way, throws and has his man, and the ball comes in and out of the hands of Carlos Etheridge. So Amsterdam will be forced to punt, and the streak is over at 3 in terms of possessions to touchdowns.
Well, you can't score a touchdown all the time, but drop passes is what Al Luginbill talked about specifically last week. Too many drop passes. And their passing game is the key to their success. They need to be sound and catch all the balls to make their offense work, because they're not going to get it done on the ground.
Adam Vinatieri needs to boom one here to help out his defense, and he does. High, deep punt. Harrell calls for the fair catch at his 32. So Frankfurt takes over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. We'll be back with more as the 3rd quarter continues in a moment.
Taking care of business.
Office Depot is bigger and better than ever, with more brand name office supplies than ever before, with more superstores nationwide, more top-brand business machines and computers, more software titles and computer accessories, more office supplies and furniture at guaranteed low prices nobody can beat.
Taking care of business.
Office Depot, taking care of business for companies of every size, everywhere, every day.
This spring, 20th Century Fox is gonna pull out the big guns.
I've been on medication and everything, and I just want some respect.
The Great White Hype.
Didn't I tell you you're gonna get your shot? You ain't my daddy, are you?
Rated R. At theaters now.
Baby Ruth, who can resist all that rich nougat and caramel? And all those crunchy roasted peanuts. Just what you need to get going.
Showtime!
Baby Ruth from Nestle. This baby gets you going.
This is Back Check. This is your host. You can reach Jeff by phone, letter, email. Not just the facts, man. We want your side of the story. It's our job.
Looking for one of these? One rider has been rated way above the rest in giving you a real workout with no impact. Best of all, it's half the price of the Health Rider. With variable resistance, it's no wonder CardioGlide was rated best in giving you a real workout. Call now.
Eric Clemens and Bill Moss back here in Frankfurt where the Galaxy looking to get something going offensively, leading Amsterdam 34-21 with their backup quarterback Brad Bretz at the helm. Bretz appears to be changing the play at the line of scrimmage, and he'll go back to put it up. Gets away from some heavy pressure, almost back to the line of scrimmage. Ed Stewart and Jim Hanna bring him down, and this, as we talked about earlier, Bill, a much more important game to Amsterdam than for Frankfurt because of the playoff format.
Exactly. Frankfurt already secured a playoff spot. Next week's game is going to determine where the World Bowl will be played between Frankfurt and Scotland. For Amsterdam, they're 1-2. They need a win just to get back in the mix of the thing for the second half of the season.
The winner of the first half will play the team with the next best overall record in World Bowl 96, as that pass attempt by Bretz is incomplete on the far sideline. He was chased out of the pocket again.
Way back at the end of the second quarter, Steve Pelluer went out of the game with an injury. And Amsterdam's defense smelled blood. And like a true hunter, now they're going for the juggler. Ever since this young quarterback came into the game, they've done nothing but blitz him. The last 3 times that they've had a chance, they've blitzed them. And it's paying off. I mean, now you have it again. 3rd and 8 yards. That's what a defense wants. Let's see if they're after him again.
The pitch goes to Nathaniel Bolton, who is tripped up. He was hit in the backfield and looked like Keith Franklin came knifing through to knock him down. And again, the Amsterdam defense holds and will force Frankfurt to punt.
And again, it goes back to what I said in the first quarter, first half. This is not the Frankfurt offense that I have seen in the prior 2 weeks. This is not the well-oiled machine that marches the ball down the field with just passing the ball and dispersing it around to everybody. They're having some problems. Amsterdam is doing something right here.
Kevin Ferry punting it from his own 25. It's a high, deep one underway. T.C. Wright catches it on the run at his 30 and gets it out close to the 35-yard line, where Will Fuhr and the Admirals will take over. 10-game schedule here in the World League. You see the sights there. We are in Frankfurt right now.
Yeah, there we are. We're the red dot.
Yeah, one of those red dots there on the
we took
right to the middle.
We took the magazine out of the back of Lufthansa Airlines. You know, when you open it to the back page as a map? Yeah, we had to pull it out to see where we were. And our producer, Keith Pelly, he copied it off there and said, hey, let's show everybody where we're at.
Where are you going next week?
I'll be back here in Frankfurt.
All right. But these wild and wacky fans who will urge their defense on right here. 2 receivers split out far side. Fuhr to throw. Comes near side. And that one behind Diedrich Smith, who was covered by Cecil Doggett.
Well, you can see here, the big thing is the turnovers. Amsterdam has been able to put 3 touchdowns in the last 4 possessions, and they've moved the ball well. Now, they've had some bad calls, and they've had some turnovers, and they've had some penalties. And these are the things that have been haunting this team as a whole.
2nd down and 10. Fuhr to put it up again. Goes deep down the middle. Wide open is David Jones, and Jones gets all the way down to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for Amsterdam.
If you've watched the whole entire game, you have to sit there and say, where was this offense in the first half? What happened to these guys? Here's Dave Jones right down the seam, splitting the 2 deep. And Will Fuhr has all the time in the pocket. Offensive line gives him good protection.
26 yards on that play. Fuhr back to throw again on 1st and 10. And this time he goes down. Big Don Reynolds comes through on the sack.
Don't let that get you down. There, Don Reynolds just closes and comes back underneath. When a defensive end gets up to the level of the quarterback, you want to come back underneath, and that's what Don Reynolds did there. There was an opening.
Reynolds with 5 sacks for the Galaxy last year. Set a new team record in that department. With John Baker's effort today, that record shattered. But Fuhr back to throw, and there's a flag. No, not a flag down on the far side of the field. They come back here on the screen to T.C. Wright, who maneuvers his way well into Frankfurt territory with some nifty footwork down to the 25.
Nifty footwork, Eric, and a nifty play. There, Will Fuhrer rolls to the left side of the field, and T.C. Wright comes out to the right. And downfield are his two offensive linemen, who in this league, on a screen, are allowed to go downfield before the pass is off. And they're well downfield into the defensive backs. T.C. Wright, with all his moves, has the ball at the 25-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Fuhrer back to the air. Goes far side, has his man there, Philip Bobo. Bobo making a few more yards after the catch, gets inside the 15. It appears that back at the 50 on the far side of the field that somebody's thrown a flare or something down there at the 50-yard line. That's why I thought I'd seen a flag earlier.
Well, there's a slip right there. You saw it on Fred Foggy. He slips on his clothes on the ball, and that enables Philip Bobo to not only catch the ball, but also on the second effort to get the first down.
1st and 10 on the 14-yard line. Amsterdam on the move once more, and once more Fuhrer to the air, into the end zone. Touchdown, Amsterdam. David Jones.
Amsterdam, 4 of their last 5 offensive possessions for touchdowns. Is it amazing what a halftime adjustment can do? Is it amazing what a few scores can do before halftime to bring this team together and have them believe? You might have heard some of the players yelling in the background. We're not out of this. We're not giving up. Look at Al Luganville. Al Luganville, he knows the importance of this game to his team. He knows what a 1-3 start will do.
That extra point effort blocked at the line of scrimmage, but we have a couple of real flags down. No players this time, but we'll see what the officials have to say about it here. As Hans Werdecker looks on.
It's going to be against Frankfurt Galaxy. And they're going to re-kick that.
We have offside on the defense, number 39. We have holding, number 57 on the offense. Penalties offset. We will retry.
So Hans Werdecker gets new life.
And that could be an important one, because you remember Kleinman missed an extra point, and that could have come into play into a tie game. Now, if he makes this extra point, a touchdown will put them ahead.
That's right, and they have more than a quarter to get that touchdown to go ahead. Werdecker gets that one up and through, and lo and behold, trailing at one point in the game 34-7. We now have a 34-28 ball game as Amsterdam is right back in it with more than a quarter to go.
And T.C. Wright for doing an excellent job for it. He's the one that actually is carrying this team down the field through his running and his screens. Will Fuhrer does a nice job in the pocket. The offensive line is buying him time. He sets up there nice. He looks like a different quarterback. He's not in a hurry. He's not panicking. He's poised. He's sitting in the pocket with a lot of control. Finds Davy Jones in the end zone, pretty much wide open.
6 plays, 66 yards, 253, and Will Fuhrer continuing to throw that football down the field and move his offense.
I think it's safe to say that the momentum has changed here.
Absolutely changed. This crowd's still partying, but kind of in shock. And now they've got to settle back into their seats, all 30,000 plus of them here at not Rheinstadion, but Waldstadion here in Frankfurt.
Well, there you have it. If you look in the middle column right there, Amsterdam's yards the second half. 118 to Frankfurt's 28. This is the third quarter. Do you remember back in the first quarter? It was just the opposite.
Vinatieri on the kickoff. Gets it deep to Bobby Phillips at his 10. And Phillips met hard right at the 25-yard line by Pascal Davis. He fought up to the 27, where Frankfurt will take over. Brad Brett will try to get something going for his offensive unit.
There's some popping going on out there on the field, and it's all Amsterdam. Whether it's their offensive line, whether it's their defense making tackles, or whether it's special teams right there. These guys are flying around. They are playing with emotion. This game means a lot to them. They want to be 2-2.
Brad Bretz out of Cal State Hayward. 2 receivers split to the near side, gives it to Ingo Seibert. And Seibert dives over a pile, gets up close to the 30-yard line before Rico Mack and a host of others bring him down. You might have heard Mack screaming down there on the field.
That was Rico Mack, and whatever call that was, I'm not sure. It's just wild man call. But that same play in the first quarter went for 8 yards. On the very first drive that they had the ball, they ran that exact same play and it went for 8 yards. This time, Amsterdam strings it out towards the sidelines, and they shut them down for a game of about 1.5.
And the third quarter comes to a close. 15 minutes of football left. Amsterdam right back in it. Frankfurt's drive continues in a moment.
Welcome back to Olympic coverage. Now, the pommel horse is a great chance for the USA to move up in the medal race, and this young man is probably our best hope for gold. He's off to a good start. Oh, man, what form. He's really making this look easy. Into an L. To a handstand. Amazing! Here's the dismount, and he sticks it.
Bud Light, proud sponsor of the '96 U.S. Olympic team.
Now let's check in at the pole vault finals, where we're going to see some people do...
You know, I'd still be using Tylenol for my headaches if it wasn't for my doctor. He told me about Arudis KT.
82% of doctors surveyed have prescribed Arudis, and now it's available in a non-prescription strength. New Arudis KT. So potent, just 25 milligrams is as effective as 1,000 milligrams of extra-strength Tylenol.
Just 25 milligrams of Arudis KT takes care of my tough headaches.
New Arudis KT, the potent medicine for pain.
Looking for something?
Yeah, that dime from Sprint's long-distance plan.
Having trouble finding it, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the dark.
Well, that's because depending on when you call, the Sprint Cents rate isn't always a dime. In fact, it could be a quarter.
That puts a whole new light on things.
And on average, most people can save more with AT&T True Reach Savings than with Sprint Cents when they spend just $25 a month. So, what do you think?
I think I found what I'm looking for.
That's your true choice, AT&T.
I'd love to go to Paris and see Jan and give him a real kiss.
I know why I loved him then, and I know why I love him now. And I don't ever want 15 years to go by again without us being in contact.
I've wanted a date with Kelly Arbrock since 1976.
Hello?
Hi, is Kelly there?
This is Kelly.
Lost and Found. Hooking up the planet one reunion at a time. Tonight at 8/7 Central, only on FX.
Today's game has been brought to you by Bud Light, official sponsor of the 1996 Summer Olympic Games. Make it a Bud Light. And by Arudis KT, the potent medicine for pain. And by AT&T, official sponsor of the 1996 U.S. Olympic team.
Eric Clemens and Bill Walsh back here in Frankfurt at Waldstadion. And the sun setting on the party hopes of these 30+ thousand fans here. They saw their team get out to a 34-7 lead. Now it is a 34-28 game as Brad Bretz opens the fourth quarter and hits Jake Kearney on the slant pattern, close to first down yardage.
Well, again, right there, Torrey Hunter was playing off the receiver, Jake Kearney, number 15. And when he did that, they told us this week that Frankfurt has audibles in that. When they see them playing that far off, they're going to audible to the quick slants, to the quick outs, and the DB will not be able to recover in time. And it was evident right there.
Bretz in relief of Steve Pallure, who has a bruised left wrist, but nothing serious. Pallure on the sideline as Ernie Startner's decided to keep him out here in the second half. Ingo Seibert, meanwhile, tried to find some room on the near side, found nothing on the first down play. In fact, he lost a couple yards.
These guys are fired up front. Look at Mike Evans. Jack up 95, George Hageman. That's about 400 pounds of George Hageman. Mike Evans jacks him up. They can't turn the corner. And the whole defense is rallying around it. These guys are fired up. They are playing excited.
Second down and long. Call it 2nd and 14 from the 35 for Bretts and the Galaxy. Swings it out to Nathaniel Bolton, and Bolton, crazy legs and all, gets across the 40 and up close to first down yardage, all the way to the 47-yard line.
Crazy legs is right. One thing you can't do against this offense is allow them to gain yards after the catch. When you give them only the safety valve, that's the swing pass to the back in the backfield. When you give him that, you have to make the tackle. You can't allow him to get some momentum and head downfield and pick up 8 yards after he makes the catch.
Gain of 12 on that play. Nate Bolton sets up a 3rd and short. Call it closer to 2. Ingo Seibert coming to the near side. Has a hole. Seibert down to the 40.
There's Charles Hope, but watch number 20 in the middle of your screen, Wes Bender. Watch the lick he puts on 34. Tommy Jones right there to spring the whole thing open. And Ingo Seibert does what he does. He runs. He's a running back.
Bender there looking on as 1st and 10, and Bretts throws it out of the backfield. Bolton caught it just beyond the line of scrimmage, picked up maybe 1 before he was racked up after the catch by Rico Mack and Keith Franklin. They'll call it a gain of 1. Well, they give it a favorable spot. Call it a gain of closer to 3, so it'll set up a 2nd and 7.
You see what Frankfurt tries to do? They come and they pound with Wes Bender and Ingo Seibert. Then for a change-up back, they bring in number 7, Nathaniel Bolton. And they'll run a draw or they'll throw the ball out there flat and let him use his crazy legs to get in the open. Now they come right back with pounding the ball with Ingo Seibert.
And Seibert danced his way through a hole, picked up another 3 to 4 yards. That'll set up a 3rd down, call it 4, from the 35-yard line of the Amsterdam Admirals. And talk about a key play, we got one right here.
Yeah, and Thomas Coleman realizes now, the offensive coordinator, that is Thomas Coleman for Frankfurt, realizes now that he has to take the pressure off of Brad Bretts. And he's doing that by running the ball.
On 3rd and 5, Bretts flushed out of the pocket, trying to hold on to it, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. Rico Mack on the tackle. And it appears Amsterdam will force a decision from Ernie Startner, the decision likely to punt.
Watch number 55, Rico Mack. He sees he has nobody to pick up in the pass protection because the back stays in. So he sits there and he just shadows the quarterback, Brad Bretts. And when it comes time to lay a hit on him, he does. That's about his 8th tackle already tonight, and we're still early in the 4th quarter.
Mack had 9 tackles, a sack, and an interception return, 90 yards for a touchdown. Now we have a long field goal effort. Well, at least they were in that formation.
And what they did is jumped offside, and that is going to take them out of field goal range. Exactly what Amsterdam needs at this time.
Let's have the officials sort it out. That would have been a 52-yard attempt by Kleinman, 54-yard attempt by Kleinman.
And anything over 50 in the World League is 4 points.
So Frankfurt calls a timeout. Perhaps there is no penalty. The officials did not tell us of one. Now it's an official timeout. We'll sort it all out for you and tell you all about it when we come back with more of the 4th quarter in a moment.
Oh, shh, it's okay, look. Snap. It's a happy sound. If you don't have snap, then your pants fall down. And don't forget, Crackle, he's the second sound. He's the guy in the middle. Water trickles, nose tickles, peanut brittle bill. And that leaves Pop. He's quite a clown. Snap, crackle, pop. Now let's chow down.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies make it a great day.
Hey, is that thing on in there? All right, you ready for some real action?
The World League of American Football. There's nothing else like it. Now, official World League products are available in the U.S. only through this exclusive offer. Call 1-800-635-4438 to own the colors of the London Monarchs, Scottish Claymores, Amsterdam Admirals, Frankfurt Galaxy, Rhine Fire, and the Barcelona Dragons. Replica jerseys in official team colors only $39.99. T-shirts only $14.99. World League football $69.99. And assorted team hats only $14.99. Remember, all teams are available. So call 1-800-635-4438. This is your only opportunity to buy official World League products. Don't miss it. Call now with your credit card order or write to the address on your screen. Refer to source number 001747 on all orders.
That isn't the last one, is it?
Yeah, why?
Did I mention that I found the negatives from your bachelor party?
Be a shame if Carla found out about that whole Niagara thing.
Can you say cubic zirconia?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Room service.
What you doing?
Stopped up.
Vinegar, baking soda.
Learn the secrets of home repair on Fix It, weekdays only on FX.
Clock was going. Went down to 3 seconds, and our guy calls timeout because that clock is going. Is that right or wrong? That clock should not have been going. That 25-second clock.
Why not, Coach? It was a play. It was a play.
You guys were talking out there. The officials were talking. You guys were talking.
Ernie Stautner upset. So is Al Luganbill on the other side of the ball. Can you sort this out, Bill?
I think I've got it. Ernie's upset because the officials stopped play, but the second clock kept running. And one of their guys alertly called timeout, but they didn't need to because the referees had already stopped play.
Ralph Kleineman attempting a 52-yard field goal. If it goes through, it'll be worth 4 points. And that'll be short. So it's no good. Kleineman 0 for 2 this year from 50 yards or beyond. So the score remains 34-28. And Amsterdam will get the ball in pretty good shape.
Al Luganbill has a right to be upset because this is about the 4th or 5th call that has gone against his team. The referee stopped play. It looked like an obvious offsides by Frankfurt. They didn't move the ball. They kept it right where it was and continued play, but yet they stopped it.
He had to be restrained by a few of his players, did Al Luganbill, but now his offense in great shape at the 43-yard line. Pure on first down. Goes to the far side and has Diedrich Smith, who spins away from tackles and gets out of bounds at close to midfield. $28,627 on hand today here at Waldstadion in Frankfurt. And they are right now on pins and needles trying to urge their defense to hold the red-hot Amsterdam Admirals, who have climbed all the way back after trailing 34-7. Earlier in this game, they have the ball at midfield on 2nd and short. And Pure swings it out to T.C. Wright, who makes some nice moves and gets down close to the 40-yard line to the 42. Pickup of 8, first down.
Amsterdam, again, I'm just amazed. Their play selection, everything seems to be going right for them in the second half. Everything they do now seems to be right. The momentum has obviously changed over into their laps. They have great field position right now. They need to take it in and go ahead and put the points on the board. Go ahead in this game.
On 1st and 10, Pure, the draw play to T.C. Wright, and Wright dances inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Good pickup of 5 yards there.
Well, they're doing it on the back and on the legs of T.C. Wright. He's really been the key component of this offense.
Now Luganbill, with his high-powered offense in his college days at San Diego State, has probably seen a few deficits like this one today disappear, and T.C. Wright disappears on that carry as Mike Kerr and John Baker and a host of Frankfurt Galaxy are there to greet him before he even got to the hole.
Well, they were blitzing that play. They brought the linebackers. They brought Tom Cavallo. They brought Mark Byers. And there's just no place for him to go. All the holes are filled. And another nice tackle by Tom Cavallo.
Key third down for Will Fuhr. Two receivers split to the near side. Fuhr steps up in the pocket, guns it. Incomplete. And no flag. David Jones was looking for a couple, but got nothing. So is Will Fuhr looking for an interference call, but he won't get it.
I was looking for it, too.
Amsterdam will be forced to punt.
It appeared to me from up here that Johnny Dixon came over the top. You're going to see to the left of your screen. The interference, no doubt about it, and that's about the 5th, 6th call the referees have blown for the Amsterdam Admirals.
Adam Vinatieri punts it from his 45. Line drive kick, tried to aim for the near sidelines, but that one will go into the end zone, where it'll be ruled a touchback, so Frankfurt takes over at its own 20-yard line. Will Fuhr not too happy, but his team still very much in it. It's a 6-point game. We'll be back with more.
Before you take another Tylenol, you should know what these clinical studies prove. On tough headache pain, Advil works better than extra-strength Tylenol. On day after muscle pain, again, Advil works better than Tylenol. Even on pain following dental surgery, Advil works better. Clinical after clinical shows on tough pain, 2 Advil work better than any 2 extra-strength Tylenol. Over 30 million people trust Advil to safely relieve pain. Ask your doctor. Advil just works better.
Baby Ruth, who can resist all that rich nougat and caramel? And all those crunchy roasted peanuts. Just what you need to get going.
Showtime!
Baby Ruth from Nestle. This baby gets you going.
Wines this good must be guarded with care. That's why Franzia comes in an airtight pouch that protects the fresh taste to the last glass. Maybe that's why it's America's favorite wine.
For drama and romance, Picket Fences really hits the mark.
Officer down.
Picket Fences on FX.
Oh. Looking for one of these? One rider has been rated way above the rest in giving you a real workout with no impact. Best of all, it's half the price of the Health Rider. With variable resistance, it's no wonder CardioGlide was rated best in giving you a real workout. Call now.
Eric Clemens and Bill Moss back at Wallstadion here in Frankfurt. The Galaxy trying to get something going here in the second half on offense. Brad Bretz back to throw, swings it out to Nathaniel Bolton, who gets away from 2. Bolton gets out to the 23-yard line on sheer individual effort. Let's take a look at the game summary. And Bill, turnovers have hurt, but Amsterdam's been hot lately.
Yeah, they have. The second half, they've come out 4 TDs. Shut out. The Frankfurt Galaxy has been the second half. And one has to wonder, have they not been exposed? You take their field general away from them, and they're nothing.
All right. 2nd and 5 in motion. To the near side is Bobby Phillips, and the handoff to Wes Bender. Bender doesn't get much. Met right at the line of scrimmage. Rico Mack was there. O'Neal was there. Mike Evans was there. Amsterdam forcing on defense another key 3rd down situation for Frankfurt.
Again, 3rd and long. And like I was talking about, Steve Pelluer is out of the offense. You have to know that the Scottish Claymores are saying, hey, look what this is. Look what this team is like without Steve Pelluer in the field. That's their leader. That's the guy they rally behind. And when you take him out, the key component figure in there, the offense just falls apart around them.
And we reiterate, Pelluer is fine. Ernie Startner does not want to play him the second half with that bruised left wrist. Stepping up in the pocket is Bretz. Bretz gets to the near side, reaching for the first down marker and is well beyond it. Out close to the 40-yard line. Great effort on the scramble by Brad Bretz.
Keith Hamilton has a shot here to tackle Brad Bretz. But Brad uses his athletic ability and obviously his weight difference there and leaves Keith Franklin's facing the turf. Excellent effort on the part of Brad Bretz to pick up the first down, and actually this is the first time that the offense has come out and done something in the second half, Eric.
Give to Bobby Phillips, tries to cut it back, and he is met hard by Robert O'Neill and Mike Evans. He may have lost a yard on the play. Second and long.
Well, again, they're trying to run the ball. Now Bobby Phillips is in the mix as well. Frankfurt has 86 today, and Amsterdam only 40, but they're going to have to, Frankfurt that is, run the ball more because they don't want to put the responsibility in the game in the hands of Brad Bretz. So we've seen Bobby Phillips, we've seen Nathaniel Bolton, and of course Ingo Seibert, and you're going to see more of them.
On second down, going deep down the near side is Bretz looking for Mario Bailey, and Bailey tightly covered by Tommy Jones. Incomplete.
Tommy Jones was a guy who wasn't starting 2 weeks ago. He's in there because of an injury. But watch the job he does of staying with their speedster, Mario Bailey. Stride for stride with him and knows exactly where the ball is and has him walled off. He has his body in between the receiver and the ball.
Jones signed a free agent deal with Saskatchewan of the Canadian Football League last year. That's up a 3rd and 10. And Bretz swings it out to Bolton out of the backfield. Bolton gets across the 40 and gets the first down before he's pushed out by Jay Phillips right at midfield. And he also went straight to the bench and is having his right leg looked at.
Well, hopefully it's just a cramp, because I was just about to rave the fact that I cannot believe that Nathaniel Bolton is not allocated for an NFL team. The guy has sensational moves out of the backfield. He would fit in great with one of the teams that run the West Coast offense because of his ability to run after the catch.
Bobby Phillips on the delay gets across midfield and into Amsterdam territory at the 44-yard line. Now some extracurricular stuff. Draw some flags at about the 40. And the officials will once again sort things out.
Charles Hope and Rico Mack have been going at it all night. And that time their tempers flared. But Rico Mack was the one that struck back second. And he's the one that got caught.
Offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
Rico Mack certainly escaped one there.
20 on the defense, personal foul, 55 on the offense, penalties offset.
I think
their numbers sure were mixed up.
Inverted the numbers. Rico Mack on the defense, Wes Bender on the offense.
Rico Mack ought to be thankful there because he was the one that punched back second. Now, during the course of a play, something might have happened that was dirty and unfair, but it usually is not going to get called, especially in the middle of things. But Rico Mack hit him second there, and normally that would have been against him. He ought to be thankful that didn't put his defense in a sore situation.
Eric Clemens and Bill Moss here in Frankfurt, winding it down to crunch time here in this tight ball game. And Bobby Phillips off the far side gets it down to about the 35-yard line, and another first down for the Frankfurt Galaxy.
Well, this offense for Frankfurt Galaxy, when they need to do something, they get it done. And there's some great blocking here by not only the linemen, but 20, Wes Bender again. And also downfield was Gary Harrell. He got down and he came from the wide receiver position and came down and blocked out one of the linebackers. There's Wes Bender. His job is to be the lead blocker. His job is to go knock somebody down, and he's very good at it.
And they stay on the ground. Bobby Phillips again struggles forward for a little more than 3 yards on the play. That'll set up 2nd and 7 as the Galaxy trying to chew up clock, getting close to Kleinman's field goal range.
Watch Wes Bender right here take on Rico Mack. Rico Mack there does a good job of standing him up. But Wes Bender wins the whole deal because he has the defender stalemated. And when you're stalemated at the line of scrimmage, it's easy for a back to cut off him.
On 2nd and 8, the pitch to Bobby Phillips again. Phillips tried to turn the corner, but messing up the whole play there was Jay Phillips, who came up from the safety spot.
Well, we expected them to run, and they have been running, and they're doing a good job at it. But right now, they're in a situation where Frankfurt is again in 3rd and 8. And being at the 33-yard line, it's important for Amsterdam to get off the field right now.
Call it a loss of a yard on that play, setting up 3rd and 9, and Brad Retz to go to the air, going for it all, looking for Michael Bellamy down the field, and Kelly Sims cannot believe he's been flagged for pass interference. The question here, Bill, might be, was it a catchable ball?
We're going to take a look at it here, and you'll see in the middle of your screen, coming right to you, Brad Retz airs it out. The ball is overthrown, and their arms all around him. It was not a catchable ball, but Kelly Sims did not see that it wasn't a catchable ball. He was beat, and he tried to bring his man down.
Defense, number 46, first down.
Figuring that was better to have an interference down there than give up the touchdown, but the ball wasn't catchable.
It seemed to be over Bellamy's head by at least 5 or 6 yards, but when you grab a receiver's arms as the ball is coming down, you leave the officials no choice but to flag you for pass interference. So another crucial penalty against the Amsterdam Admirals sets Frankfurt up in great position inside the 5-yard line. Brad Retz leads his offense out and gives it to Zybert. And Zybert is met hard. Keith Franklin on the stop. Little or no gain for the German national Ingo Zybert.
Still running. Amsterdam's defense is very fired up. And even on a running play like that, and they've given up 15 yards, and they're down inside the 5-yard line. But this defensive bunch is playing with so much emotion, and they don't care where they are on the field.
Frankfurt in great shape. Can Amsterdam hold? We'll be back with more in a moment.
What's up with that outfit? You Alibaba Jackson?
Pound for pound.
Oh, I'm in shape. I'm round.
Only one movie has all the comedy you can bet on.
$2 on the clean-cut white boy.
The Great White Hype, rated R. At theaters now.
Baby Ruth. Who can resist all that rich nougat and caramel? And all those crunchy roasted peanuts. Just what you need to get going.
Showtime!
Baby Ruth from Nestle. This baby gets you going.
There are many prescription pain medicines, and a doctor can prescribe any of them. Yet 82% of doctors surveyed have prescribed Arudis. And now, for the first time, it's available in a non-prescription strength. New Arudis KT. It's so potent, just 25 milligrams is as effective as 400 milligrams of Motrin IV, 440 of Aleve, or 1,000 milligrams of extra-strength Tylenol. New Arudis KT, the potent medicine for pain.
So, are you with AT&T?
No.
Oh, how's your long-distance company working out for you?
I'm not happy at all.
But what if I gave you some really good reasons to switch to AT&T, including up to 100 free AT&T minutes?
That would be wonderful.
Only AT&T customers can get AT&T True Reach savings.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, spend $25 a month and you save 25% on every type of call on your AT&T phone bill.
It's easy.
It's free. You can call anyone, anywhere in the U.S. And you see your savings on your AT&T
phone bill.
I don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out.
No, but you do have to be an AT&T customer. Switch now and we'll send you AT&T long-distance certificates, good for up to 100 free AT&T minutes. You can use your free minutes to call, well, anybody. So, what are you going to do? Switch to AT&T. Good. Then why not give us a call right now?
You didn't ask me what I was going to do.
Okay. Who's the long-distance company for you?
It's hands down AT&T.
That's your true choice, AT&T.
Bill, trying to get the right signals to call, and we talked about the quality of play last week, and the quality of play in this league, except for some special team stuff and penalties, has improved for a reason. NFL is allocating more players, 68 up from 35, 53 college all-conference players. Last year, 72 World League players were on opening day rosters, and that is
that's the key point right there, and these guys know that, and that's what they're here for. They're here to improve, try to get back into an NFL camp, and win this time around at the numbers game, because a lot of these guys have been to NFL camps before, and now they want to get back in, and they want to work on the things that are going to make them better, and that's why they're here.
Al, look at Bill's defense trying to work on a way to shut them down and maybe even get a turnover.
Well, here's what you have to look for. Look for the play-action pass or the bootleg. Remember, they've been hurt on the bootleg before because they've been running the ball so much this time down the field. And Amsterdam has been playing the run so well that you have to look for the play-action here.
Third and goal, the pitch to Bobby Phillips, trying to make it to the near corner. Reaches for the pylon. Touchdown. But we have a flag on the far side of the field. Hold everything.
You can't tell 30,000 Frankfurt fans here to stop cheering or to hold everything. But they're signaling touchdown, the penalty obviously against Amsterdam.
I meant hold everything in terms of waiting for the officials to tell us what happened.
That was very close on the run by Bobby Phillips. It was a mad dash for the corner, and it looks like
offside on the defense. That penalty was declined. Touchdown.
It looks like he appeared to just break the barrier at the corner of the end zone.
It's funny, they like to use Ingo Seibert down there, but they went to the faster guy and Bobby Phillips, and he beat the defense to the pylon there in the near corner of the end zone. A very big score for the Frankfurt Galaxy with 2:45 to go in the contest. And it looks like they may be gearing up for a two-point conversion effort. They'll go for two as Bretz has two receivers split to the near side. Bretz rolls this way, throws in the end zone, and Kearney tried to pull it in with the left hand, could not. So the two-point conversion attempt fails, and we have a 40-28 score with 2:45 to go. No quit in Amsterdam so far today, and no quit on this play either.
No, they attacked the middle of the whole drive down the field. Now they're going to go to the perimeter. And there, Ed Stewart tries to get a piece of him. And he must have just broke the plane right at the very corner by extending his arms. You see Ed Stewart there chasing him down. And Bobby Phillips just gets the ball across. But boy, is that close. By extending the ball across there, that's what created a touchdown. The ball was in his possession, and it crossed the plane. But he was out of bounds.
So they tried to roll this way on the two-point conversion effort, which failed.
And John Reese was lucky there on the coverage because he had his hand on the receiver the whole route.
Talk about coming up with a key drive when they needed it most. 80 yards, 14 plays, eating up 5:24 to perhaps salt this one away.
But again, you have to go back and look at how many of those yards did Amsterdam give them by penalty.
Bean O'Brien comes up across the 30 to the 32. And Amsterdam needs a quick score here. And to try to get an onside kick, perhaps, depending on how much time is left. Fans here, almost 30,000 of them.
There's plenty of time on the clock, and they need to continue to do the things that they've done well in the second half. Don't try to force anything. And Will Fuhrer has been doing that in the past several weeks. He forces things. At times like this, in crunch time, he forces. He needs to remain poised and do the things that he's been doing well.
4 receivers in there for Will Fuhrer in the offense. He goes over the middle to T.C. Wright, and Wright across midfield down to the 48-yard line, 1st and 10, as Amsterdam runs the hurry up.
Like that. That's exactly what they need to do. Will Fuhrer looked calm in the pocket. He knows that he has plenty of time. His offensive line's giving it to him, and he's making the right reads.
1st and 10 at the 48, and Fuhrer, plenty of time, throws underneath, and has T.C. Wright again, and Wright is held on to by Reginald Lee, who held on to that right leg for dear life.
That's a 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning right now. Rico Mack hoping his offense can come up with something. Amsterdam trailing by 12. The drive continues when we come back.
The sun's up at Bay Hill, and what a lovely day for a drive. But don't forget to keep your head down, because Bay Hill is Arnold Palmer's place, and the rough edges are there by design. So who helps the business end of this legendary club run smoothly? Office Depot.
Taking care of business.
Office Depot guarantees low prices and 100% satisfaction. Because when you're responsible for the big picture, even small details are important.
Taking care of business.
The all-wheel drive cars from Subaru. Each looks beautiful on the surface. Any surface. Subaru all-wheel drive is the ultimate safety feature. It reacts instantly, transferring power automatically from the wheels that slip to the wheels that grip to help keep you safely on the road, even where there are no roads. The all-surface, all-weather, all-wheel drive line from Subaru. The beauty of all-wheel drive.
This is Back Check. This is your host. You can reach Jeff by phone, letter, email. Not just a fax, man. We want your side of the story. It's our job.
A friend of mine told me, try America Online. I said, why? I've got a computer. He said, try it. You'll see. It's simple. Every time you sign on, welcome. It tells you if you've got mail. You've got mail. Want to send some email? Type the message. Click here, and it's done. I like this. With one click, I can browse all kinds of great features on America Online. I've gotten help with my golf swing, planned my next vacation. I even get stock price updates every 15 minutes. America Online has over 100 newspapers and magazines, everything from Business Week Online to Cycle World, and I can browse them all. With America Online, you can point and click your way across the internet. And their web browser makes it easy to explore the World Wide Web. Call the toll-free number and you'll receive your free startup kit and 15 free hours to look around. It's worth a try. You'll see.
To try America Online free, call 1-800-508-9696. You'll receive your America Online startup kit and now 15 hours free your first month. Call now.
Will Fuhr needs to guide his offense to 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes.
You take a look there at the first half stats and the second half stats. And the big one is the last column. In the first half, he had 2 interceptions.
On 2nd and 7, Fuhr trying to find someone open. Now will keep it. Slides to safety just outside the 40-yard line of Frankfurt. And the clock is running. Fuhr comes near side, has his man, Philip Bobo, down to the 31-yard line. Frankfurt, another first down.
And a timeout is called. And Will Fuhr said he wants the ball when it counts. Well, now's his time. He needs 2 touchdowns, and he needs them under 1:30.
Amsterdam, that's their 3rd and final timeout.
Their task becomes a little bit more difficult with no timeouts remaining, but we know it has been done before as Fuhr comes to the near sideline to get some instruction.
You know what I've observed Will Fuhr, I see a guy that goes up and down, very drastically. And not only did I notice it, but talking with Ernie Stott, he noticed it. He said, that's an emotional team over there. Amsterdam is an emotional team. We need to make sure that they're down and keep them down. But Will Fuhr right now is playing up. He's playing with a lot of confidence. He doesn't look like he's rushing anything. The whole aura about him is a completely different man.
Little more relaxed group, 28,000 plus here at Wlaf in Frankfurt, Germany. They'll find any reason to party about a football game around here, but now a little bit more comfortable with a 12-point lead. Again, Frankfurt got out to a 34-7 advantage, and it looked like it'd be a cakewalk, but nothing doing here in the second half because Will Fuhr has led his team back, trying to lead them to a score here on 1st and 10 at the Frankfurt 31. Fuhr looking for somebody. Now goes for it all. Incomplete. He was looking for Philip Bobo in the back of the end zone. Johnny Dixon was there on the cover.
Offensive line is doing an outstanding job of staying with their blocks. It's a 2-minute drill, and they know that they're going to have to buy another 2 or 3 seconds to give their quarterback some time, and they're doing it.
On 2nd and 10. Fuhr goes to the far side, and Cecil Doggett is there to break up that pass attempt. I believe he was looking for Davy Jones.
Nice play on the ball. Nice break by Cecil Doggett. He has his feet underneath him very well, and he breaks on the ball as the quarterback releases it. Never losing sight of the ball.
Third down and 10. 4 receivers split out to either side for Will Fuhr, who comes near side and finds Dietrich Smith. First down yardage to the 18. The clock is still running.
They're going to get up there and down the ball real quick and buy themselves some time.
Exactly what Will Fuhr did there. 54 seconds to go. And I would think you'd have to take some shots at the end zone now. You agree?
Yeah, you have to go for the end zone. You're down inside the 20, and they're only rushing 3 defensive linemen. That's all they have. So you have all day for the quarterback. I don't like the prevent defense. I'm not a fan of it, because you only rush 3 and you drop 8, and it gives the quarterback too much time, and receivers will find an opening.
2nd and 10 from the 18. Pure has Darren Chandler. Chandler just joining the team this week after Derek Hill was released. Gets out of bounds at the 11-yard line, setting up third and short. And call it the 13-yard line as they spot it back a bit. Clock is still running. Muir hits the completion to Diedrich Smith.
They've got to down the ball, and time is the real essence right now. He's got to get up on the ball and down it. It's going to be about 10 seconds by the time he gets a snap. They didn't stop the clock on Darren Chandler's pass. He was ruled that he caught it inbounds, and he was down before he slid out.
So Pure not only needs a touchdown here, but the special teams will have to come up with a way to get the ball back and give him one more chance at a long touchdown play.
Well, no matter what, one thing that the Amsterdam Admirals did do here is they showed they have a lot of character and an ability to come back.
And Pure taken down by Big Don Reynolds, his second sack of the game. That might very well do it.
They roll him down, then they're going to start the clock. The clock is running.
Barring a defensive penalty, this is the final play. And Philip Bobo could not hold on. So the valiant comeback effort of the Amsterdam Admirals falls short. Ernie Starkner and the Frankfurt Galaxy still the lone unbeaten team left in the World League at 4-0 with the 40-28 victory.
34 points was enough in the first half, and they virtually hung on in the second half. But for Amsterdam, they got themselves in a bind. They created their own destiny by the penalties, the lack of performance offensively by them, all the miscues and fumbles and, well, you know, it's just a situation where the field position comes into play. And when their defense went on the field, they're already inside the 30. It's impossible to stop offenses when you're faced with that situation.
So the showdown set up for next week. Frankfurt will play host to Scotland here. The winner will host World Bowl 96. As for Amsterdam, they'll try to find a way to right things and get the runner-up spot by winning this next best overall record. That'll do it from here at a happy Wallstadion here in Frankfurt. For Bill Moss and all of us here for World League Television, I'm Eric Clemens saying so long. 40-28, your final.